Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
It is Friday. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. My name is Stick, and it's been a great week around here, so thank you to everybody who's participated on social media, dropping us stars on Facebook, subscribing on YouTube, following us on Twitch and Twitter, and, of course, Instagram at Woodward Sports. Thank you guys for checking in. Already got a lot of people in the chat today, so we love you for that. My name is Stick, and to my right this morning, filling in for Corey. It's been a nice week with you, Adam. I gotta admit that. It's been fun.
I have to say, I have missed giving you shit and receiving shit.
Yeah, no, I miss pissing you off with logic and facts, man. I really have. It's been a lot of fun.
I don't miss the high blood pressure, but outside of that, everything's been great.
And to my left,
Joey, hello.
Joey, it's also been fun with you, and I haven't really pissed you off this week.
I gotta be honest, I miss Corey.
Do you?
Yeah, a lot.
Ah,
I miss Corey a lot.
really?
No, I'm just kidding. It's
okay.
been fun. It's been fun.
I think I have something later today that'll piss off Joey.
There you go.
Well, listen, you made me some money, so I'm happy to start the show.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do later on.
We'll get into Adam's bets, but he hit his parlay last night,
That's
baby.
right.
Ooh, layup. And, of course, making us look good today, we have Alex in producer land, and we have Fish in the fish bowl. And he's untangling his cord right now. But hi, Fish. How's your morning going, buddy?
This cord sucks. It just keeps getting tangled. And now it's even worse than it was yesterday. I don't know what Adam, blaming Adam.
You're
'cause he's
blaming,
always...
you're the only one in that booth, bro.
Yeah, but Adam comes in here and changes. He was probably here on Sunday. So he was blaming himself for all the stuff he did.
Sunday, so it's been tangled for 4 days, and now you're calling it
Now
out
you're
right
talking
now.
about it.
Well, no, but Sunday's when it was all messed up and Adam came in and he's like, I'm going to blame someone. I don't know who to blame. Who did this? It's like, probably
I
you.
don't talk like this. I don't get it.
I
did
wasn't
not talk
here
like
on
this, he
Sunday.
says. It's also Friday, so that means I got to take a slap shot from 8 Mile. Ooh. So who's going to slap me on the
I'll
show
do it.
today? You're doing
I
it?
think-
100% will do
All
it.
right, we'll let Joey do it.
Listen, last week, Art had such an opportunity to smack you, and he did the weakest smack in the world.
It was not weak, man.
That was weak.
Go back and watch the tape.
I did.
You could hear it.
You hear that? It's all about. You got pudgy cheeks. That's why you hear the smack.
Oh, you gonna call me pudgy?
Listen, you guys ripped on
we're
me
gonna
this
do
week.
this. Do you want me to pull up the picture on my phone right now?
Have we put it on the show yet? Let's put that on the show a little bit later because that was horrible.
Yeah, we got to talk about
Freaking
Joey's
My
picture
angles were off.
that was up on Instagram. But so we want to do this. It's Friday. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. Let's do a mock draft, but not we're going to go through every one of us did a mock draft. Like, we're going to draft for each team, starting with Adam, then going to Joey, then going to myself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth down the list. If you guys want to participate in this and you want to be a part of the conversation, you're always welcome to call in 313-552-6522. You could call in and let us know who you want to draft, and you could drop your comments in the chat on YouTube and Facebook as well, and of course on Twitch. So thank you guys for checking in. Do you guys want to get into the mock draft? Fish, turn up my volume real quick
Let's do it.
because we got to hit the official. Wow, we are official on the clock, picking number 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Adam Bedun.
Before I give my pick, I have to correct you.
Oh.
The number is actually 552-6322.
Oh, 6322. I'm an idiot. I chose
So,
the number too.
If you guys want to call in, it's 313-552-6322. You can correct Stick when he gives some crazy picks. But there's nobody better for this pick. There's only one person who's going number 1 overall. He's been number 1 overall since he was 17 years old, and that is Trevor Lawrence, the best prospect to come out probably since Andrew Luck. This is a surefire pick. It's not going to change, and I think that's the easiest pick on the board today.
The crowd agrees. It's always that first round pick that, for some reason, is just a given.
What do you
Well,
mean?
It's like every
number
single
1 overall?
draft, yeah, that number 1 overall pick. It's always like why are they messing with all these other quarterbacks, but nobody messing with Trevor Lawrence?
He's years and light
He's
years beyond them.
transcended,
Right.
but he's been the same since 17.
Well, Joey, you are now officially on the clock. Joey picking number 2 for the New York Jets.
With the second
Come
overall
on, do
pick
it.
in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select. How the heck am I saying? Zach Wilson.
Hey, it's
Zach
the right
Wilson.
pick.
That's the right pick,
So
man.
I can't say who I met with yesterday personally, but he's actually a friend of Robert Sala's. And he was telling me that he's been talking to him about draft picks, and he is just hinting that Saleh is a really big fan of Zach Wilson. And I know the team's obviously been really impressed with everything they've seen, and it just seems like such a good pro quarterback, even though he played at BYU and the teams that he played against.
Look at this throw.
Just look at these throws.
Yeah, that's
Back
been
foot, too.
That's been the most impressive throw across your body, across the field, and getting it to the wide receiver. Yeah, Zach Wilson. I mean, this is where the debate is really, and
Yeah.
this is where it begins because we could have just not even started with Trevor Lawrence. Everybody knew that was going to happen, but yeah, this is where it all depends on how you're evaluating these quarterbacks. Do you think Trey Lance has a better future? Do you think Zach Wilson has a better future? Joey, I am shocked you didn't go with your boy Justin Fields right there.
See, honestly, I didn't see him as a good fit for Robert Saleh. I just feel like with their style of offense, that Zach Wilson, especially now they got rid of Sam Darnold, it's like, that's a good fit right there.
Yeah, no, that's a good fit, and that's a good pick. Now, moving on to number 3, San Francisco traded up to get this pick, and we had a debate about it earlier in the week.
He's not going to do it.
Please don't do it.
San Francisco 49ers
I'm begging you.
will select
We're live.
from Alabama,
Devontae Smith?
Mac motherfucking Jones.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, baby!
Man, all right. You know what? I'm not gonna give you too much shit because you are
Wait, are
picking
you serious?
corn.
Or you just
Oh, he's
messing
being
around?
serious.
Oh,
no,
I'm
no,
serious.
he's being serious. Yeah, I know. When I saw the text message, I was like, just fuck.
Why are
me.
you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you. That's just the dumbest pick in the world. I thought we were messing around earlier in the week.
Fish, I know you were on my side earlier in the week. Will you school these fools on what's going on with San Francisco?
They traded up to get Mac Jones.
All right.
Thank
listen,
you.
But-
It's that simple.
The whole point of this mock draft is that we are the GMs of each of these picks that we're selecting at. So why in God's freaking name would you
Stick
draft
likes
Mac
Mac
Jones?
Jones.
It makes no sense. Just because they want to draft Mac Jones doesn't mean you have to draft Mac Jones. He's not the pick. I completely disagree with this pick. San Francisco are either going for Justin Fields or Trey Lance. There's no way in hell they're replacing Jimmy Garoppolo with a 5-year younger version of himself. Makes no sense to me.
I mean, listen, I'm so sad now going into this next pick that Mac Jones is off the board. I don't even know what to do.
I know. I was hoping he would
Sheesh.
fall to the Lions, man. I'm crying right now. I'm
say that.
absolutely.
Don't say that.
I'm absolutely. Look at this throw. Look at this overthrow. Well, no, this isn't the overthrow. Oh, why are you being nice to Mac Jones? Show the overthrow where Bill Belichick is shaking his head. Like, it hurts me. I really wanted him for the Detroit Lions.
This is the
I
dumbest.
have a tear in my eye that he's gone at 3, and oh well, shit happens.
This is
But
the dumbest part about pro day.
Why?
Okay, you're a quarterback. You've been playing quarterback for 20 years of your life. Okay, you can hit an open man. Great.
I think I think pro days are more than that. It's really just you get to see them physically live on the field. You get to see their mechanics, their foot movement. Can they make the sideline throws? Can they throw on the run? That's everything you get to see in person. That sometimes film is super misleading. So
Well, listen, Kyle Shanahan, from what I'm hearing and what everybody's saying, has
Mm-hmm.
absolutely fallen in love with Mac Jones. Even though during his pro day, like, you're right, when I was going through videos trying to pull ones, there was about 3 or 4 overthrows, some behind throws, and if you're missing wide open receivers when they're not even covered and you're not under any pressure, there may be some issues in the future.
remind you of anyone?
Joey Harrington?
Jimmy Garoppolo?
Jimmy
Super Bowl?
Garoppolo? Listen, Mac Jones is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you want to deny it. It's proven. It's like
It's not proven.
No. We could give that to you. He was under Alabama thrown to the 2 of the best receivers in the NFL draft right now, Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith.
Yep. And
So
he
how's he a
was-
better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo right now?
Because he's a better prospect.
He's a better
we
prospect.
went over this, and you didn't understand it then, so I don't expect you to understand it now. But Jimmy Garoppolo's been in the league 7 years. We know what he is. He didn't have a prolific high school. He didn't have prolific college. Mac Jones has already knocked out high school, already knocked out college. Now, if you're saying they're the same guy, fine, okay? I'll even agree on they're the same guy. Let's use that argument. Okay, wouldn't you rather have the guy that's 7 years younger and still has potential, or would you rather have the old dog that you know is never going to get any
Then
better?
I'm going to give you this. Then I'll agree that I'd rather have the younger version of him. Having said that, you don't trade away your future to go get the same guy that's 5 years younger when you know what he is. You trade up and you try to get somebody who's much better than him, or who can potentially be much better than him.
And I'm
don't even need
assuming
to
that's
trade
what
up.
the San Francisco 49ers are thinking. I'm assuming they're not just sitting here like, oh, yeah, we want the same version of the guy we already have. No, they're thinking Mac Jones is better. Our scouts are telling us he's better. He runs a better 40. He has a better arm. Like, it's just, he's better. He's better.
I personally think they could have got him at 12, but that's beyond the point.
Too.
That's beyond the
Listen.
point. They traded up. They made the decision that they need to move. They need to get a quarterback. I think he sits. I think whoever they draft, whether it's Fields, Lance, or Jones, I think they sit. They're going to give Jimmy G this season to prove that he can still do it. If he can, great. His trade value just went up, and they can get capital in the future. And they have their quarterback. Hint, hint, the line should have done that a long time ago.
Right.
That's a good game plan. So I like what the Niners are doing. I don't agree with the pick, but it's okay.
My thing is this: is they had number 12, and if Kyle Shanahan is stupid enough to trade that up 9 picks to go for a guy that was 100 billion, million, trillion% going to be on the board, I do not understand this.
Well, you don't know if he's going to be on the board, and that's the
Had to
thing.
have
There-
been.
I think 5 quarterbacks go in the first round this year. So
easily.
I don't think he was gonna guarantee on the board at 12. I think they could have gotten him because you have people like Sewell, Chase, Parsons, these kind of players that are gonna go in the top 10. That there's no way Mac Jones goes. It's not gonna be quarterback 1 to 5. It's just not gonna happen that way.
Or San Francisco's just slow playing it right now. They're putting out the Mac Jones rumor, and they're going to draft somebody else so nobody snags them. You know, I know they have the number 3
Yeah,
pick,
that's
but
the thing.
maybe they really want somebody, and they're just throwing you off the trail. I don't know, but from what I see, what I've been reading, and Adam, you saw it this morning when we were doing some research for this draft, like, this is becoming an actual thing. I didn't just pull it out of my ass.
No, and I never said that. I just disagree with the evaluation of Mac Jones.
So do I,
But I mean, we were here a few hours before the show, and we were. Was someone talking?
Here, okay.
Or anyways, we were here a few hours before the show, and we were looking through mock drafts, and the more and more you look, the more Mac Jones is just surprisingly there. And the funniest thing is the reason why he's there is just not true. Like, Kyle Shanahan hasn't come out and said, it's all reporting that he loves Mac Jones and that's who they're going to take.
Right.
Like, it's all speculation.
So he could be lying. Right.
Theoretically, yes, but it just makes no sense to me why you would trade up so high to get a guy that, in my opinion, his ceiling isn't much higher than Jimmy G's.
Right. Well, I got Mac Jones going number 3 to the San Francisco
What a
49ers.
steal.
What a steal. What a value. Trade up all that just to get yourself a Mac Jones,
Mac
baby.
Jones.
Listen, I don't understand it, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I don't know that that's who they're going after. So
Did you pick that honestly? Did you
did.
pick that because you wanted
Can you
to piss
show on the
Adam
board,
off?
Alex? Can you make it official that Mac Jones was taken at number 3?
Yeah, he will, but he's working on something over there.
Okay.
But yeah, so Fish, thank you for backing me up on the Mac Jones talk. I appreciate it. And if you guys want to give us a call, it's 313-552-6322. 313-552-6322. Let us know who you want to be drafting or who you think the Lions are going to be drafting, because, Adam, you wound up with the number 7 pick.
Yep.
So we're going to find out who Adam is picking coming up. But let's
voice
move
of
on
reason.
to the number 4 pick in the draft, the Atlanta Falcons. Adam?
All right. So before we find ourselves in this situation where 3 quarterbacks have been taken off the board so far, I've got Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2, and now Mac Jones has gone 3. The Atlanta Falcons have Matt Ryan, who probably has another 3 to 4 years left in the tank. I think they move out of this pick. Having said that, we're not doing any trades. Nobody's moving up. I think they take a quarterback for the future. I think Trey Lance goes number 4 overall.
Wow.
I don't. Kyle Pitts is the best athlete. He should go 4.
Yeah.
He should, theoretically, but you have Calvin Ridley, you have Julio, who's still like producing at a high level. So there's no rush to go get another deep threat or just an athlete the Falcons are loaded with them. They even have Russell Gage, who is a pretty decent slot receiver.
Yeah, he
like,
turned out to be decent last year.
They're not hurting. They went out in free agency and got a tight end. They're fine. They're fine. So the Pitts thing makes the most sense, but it doesn't work in their situation. I think they trade out, but that doesn't matter. Trey Lance goes for to Atlanta. They built for the future. He sits a year or two under Matt Ryan. Honestly, this guy reminds me of Jamarcus Russell, so God knows he needs time to sit and learn.
This guy reminds you of Jamarcus.
Yeah.
Then why are you even taking him?
His
period.
His build, his frame,
No,
his arm
Jamarcus
strength.
Russell was huge compared to Trey Lance.
Trey Lance is almost just as big, just not
Really?
as tall. Yeah, he's a thick boy.
Jamarcus Russell was just
No,
fat.
he's
a big
he's
fat
fat.
guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
Trey Lance is more in shape.
Right.
I mean,
He
that's
has some
just
mini wheels
modern.
on him, though.
Modern. I mean, things have changed. Athletes are much more in shape now. But beyond the point, he worries me from the standpoint he hasn't played much. Yes, he called his own offensive play calling and line schemes at the line of scrimmage, but Trey Lance makes sense at 4 only because I think Atlanta trades out, but that doesn't matter in this version. Atlanta needs to look ahead to the future. I don't see them taking a receiver, Kyle Pitts, an O-lineman. None of that makes sense to me. They need help on defense. I think they take Trey Lance and they move on.
Yeah, well, here's some footage of Trey Lance. I mean, when you see the guy playing, he can make all the throws. He is an athlete. I think he started out as a running back, then they transitioned him to quarterback. And he is a big dude. But, dude, Jamarcus Russell was a house out there. Jamarcus Russell looked like...
This film doesn't do Trey Lance credit. If you watch his pro day, he's really a thick boy. I mean, honestly, Ben Roethlisberger, but a little more athletic. He's, like, super thick. And it's really concerning to me that the biggest issue I have with Trey Lance is the unknown. We don't know anything about this kid.
Right.
Very limited film. His pro day, yeah, he's going to make all the flashy throws, just like Zach Wilson did, just like Trevor Lawrence did. It's beyond the point. He needs a lot of footwork, mechanic, a lot of work from that aspect. So we'll see. I think he's a project. Atlanta makes the most sense because they have a few years of Matt Ryan left. So I could see him sitting 1.5 years, 2 years there.
See, Russell Wilson, 6'6", 260. Lance, 6'3", 227. So quite a bit of difference, man.
Well, somebody needs to get a picture of this guy.
Not Russell Wilson, Jamarcus Russell,
Yeah.
sorry.
He looks like he's snagging donuts during his pro day.
Well, let's do this. Let's give a shout out to our people at Enjoy Levels. If you're looking for a new dispensary to go to, there is one in Ferndale. It's opening soon. 9 Mile in Hilton, and they are going to change the game with how you perceive how you're getting your medical marijuana. It's a great, beautiful place. It's so clean, so nice, so friendly, and their process and they're streamlined. It's just really nice because sometimes you walk into these places and it's just chaos and you're waiting there for 45 minutes before anybody even talks to you. Just not the experience you want when you're just trying to get help and feel better. So make sure you follow them at Enjoy Levels on Instagram or hit up their website, enjoylevels.com. We'll be right back with more of the draft.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for joining us and chiming in with your comments, with your likes, with your shares. We appreciate you this morning. We're doing our mock draft, but not individual mock drafts. We're actually going around the room and drafting like we're the teams. And we left off at where did we leave off? Number 4?
We just finished number 4. Trey Lance went to Atlanta, and now we're moving on to number 5 with Joey. He's picking for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Joey picking for the Cincinnati. Let me get the... One more time, Fish. Turn that up. I want that thing blazing. There you go. Now Joey is officially on the clock. He is drafting for the Cincinnati Bengals.
That might be the best sound ever.
Oh, yeah.
It's seriously such a good sound. So last year, obviously they took Joe Burrow at quarterback. So with that said I want to protect this guy so bad and give him a Penei Sewell, Rashawn Slater, or maybe even a weapon like Kyle Pitts, but I'm not gonna.
What are you going to do to Cincinnati?
I'm going to his former teammate with Jamar Chase because you look at the connection that they had at LSU, and you see the stats, 84 catches, 1780 yards, 20 touchdowns. I want a reunion over there in Cincy.
I have a question for you, Joey.
Yes.
What happens to Jamar Chase when he's on the Bengals and Joe Burrow's leg is snapped in half and he's trying to throw off a one leg?
That would be a little bit of an issue. It would be a little bit of an issue.
Little bit of an issue.
See, so
Imagine running. What you're basically doing here is whoever the Bengals play this year over 17 games, they're basically handing over a Glock to the defensive lineman, and they're just going to shoot Joe Burrow every game. They're going to take out his kneecaps every game.
But that being said, Joe Burrow does need another weapon. I mean, T. Higgins isn't going to get
T.
it done.
Higgins, Tyler Boyd.
is
He's a nice receiver.
Boyd's nice, but Chase could be the next CJ. And
I think-
and I'm not saying that lightly, too. Like, Calvin Johnson and Chase remind me of a lot of each other, and I like the concept of reuniting them at quarterback and wide receiver, but
it's a risky bet.
It's a risk.
It's definitely a risk, but I like it.
As long as Cincinnati drafts an offensive lineman in their second or third round, I'm okay with this pick. Although I am concerned for Joe Burrow.
Yes, yeah.
We all are.
We saw last
We
year. He
all are.
snapped his damn leg
Dude,
in
you
half.
see the practice footage of the guy? He's running from like 7 defensive linemen. It's the funniest thing
He's
ever.
back, though, man. He's back.
He's back. He's got his running legs underneath
That's it.
him.
Listen, the most important thing to do in football is to protect your quarterback. He is the most valuable player on every team. You need to protect him. You need to give him time to make throws, but you also have to keep him healthy. Look at the 49ers without Jimmy Garoppolo. I know we don't think he's all that, but without him, they are complete shit. You need your quarterback. Look at the Cowboys without Dak Prescott. They were nothing. In a horrible division, they couldn't even win it.
Right.
So
I just struggle with these big men. It's like, okay, I look at a Penei Sewell, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's good. But what the hell is different between him and the next dude up at Alabama or something? That I would feel confident taking any of the 5 linemen at Alabama. So it's like, it's tough. I mean, I tried looking at this tape and evaluate all this, but it's just, man, all these big dudes they look the same to me.
Yeah, because you just don't. I mean, you don't really know the difference.
No, I know the difference. I appreciate it. And
We got to
seeing-
get TJ Lang on to talk
yeah.
to you
We
about the difference between an offensive lineman and a wide receiver. Like, I know you know the difference in position, but like identifying what makes one guy better than the other.
Right. I mean, wide receiver, it's
Pretty clear.
It's clear.
It's a luxury.
It's more obvious.
It's a luxury pick.
It's
pick.
measurable too. Speed,
Yes.
jumping ability, how often they catch the ball. With the linemen, it's more angles, footwork,
Yes.
power, leverage.
That's why I feel
it's a different
confident, though.
read.
Going second round to get that lineman, I feel confident.
All right, so there you go. Joey kind of screwing Joe Burrow, taking a wide receiver, but also giving
Screwing
Joe
the Detroit
Burrow a
Lions.
weapon. I am on the clock with Miami's pick. They traded down for this pick. And with the number 6 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins take, because I can't believe this dude's still on the board, Kyle freaking Pitts. You got to give Tua another weapon. I love how we have him listed as a tight end wide receiver because that's exactly what he is.
It's amazing.
Tua needs more weapons, and that's just pretty much it. They have a solid offensive line. Their defense is damn good in Miami. All you got to do is give Tua a chance. And if you give him a Kyle Pitts, keep Kyle Pitts in Florida, I'm sure he'll be a happy guy with that too. All of a sudden, you got yourself a game changer, and now they're really missing a running back down there because they're still relying on Salvin Ahmed, which I don't know about that, if that's going to work out for you. But at the same time, if you can get Pitts here at 6 and give Tua a weapon, you do it.
I think you hit the nail right on the head. The Tua project, you need to give it time to fail. If he's not your guy, you need to figure it out. You need to surround him with all the weapons you can. You need to see if he can be a quarterback in the NFL. I think that's a great pick, actually. I agree with you. Shocked that he's still there in this version.
But really, the
I don't
only
have a
other place
concern-
he could go is Atlanta.
Actually, I think the Niners. I'm sorry, not the Niners. The Falcons.
I was going to say, him and Kittle would be
The
dangerous.
the Falcons. Well, the Niners
what he
didn't
said. He
trade
said
up to
Atlanta.
draft Kyle Pitts, but you never know. We'll see what happens in the draft.
Maybe they
but-
did trade up to draft
You
Kyle
never know.
Pitts. And like
You
we
never
said, they're
know.
slow playing everybody with Mac Jones.
Yeah, you never know. But
This is one of the guys, though, in this draft. Like, there's a couple of them I'm looking at. Like, everybody hyping up Jalen Waddle. I personally don't think he's going to be that hype of a player in the NFL. But Pitts is just one that you look at, and it's like, the dude's going to be transcendent.
Right. No, I mean, his stock has gone from here to through the damn roof.
Yes.
And, you know, the pro days prove it. And then you go back and watch his film, you know, because Florida really hasn't been a good team as of late. But Pitts looks damn good.
Who would you consider a better athlete? Let's say Tyler Boyd or Kyle Pitts?
Pitts.
Tyler
for
Boyd
sure.
is putting up numbers in the NFL. 70 receptions, 1,300 yards last season. And that's for a guy who's not even anywhere near the skill set that a Kyle Pitts would have. So wherever Pitts goes, he's going to be a hit. This guy is, I don't want to say can't miss, because not everyone is a can't miss, but this guy is special. I think in the right offense, used correctly, he's going to be a dominant receiver, although he's more of a luxury pick, really. Like, you're taking him to improve your offense. You're not taking him to win you a Super Bowl, to get you over the top.
Right. So we got the Lions pick up next. And everybody, I want you to call in 313-552-6322 and let us know who you want the Lions to pick. You can also drop it in the comments. I'm seeing some comments for Parsons right now. So, Adam, the pick is on you.
All right.
You have the luxury of picking for the Detroit Lions in 2021. You are officially on the clock.
All right. Well,
Don't mess this up, Adam.
with the 7th overall pick in this year's draft, the Detroit Lions should be trading back, but we will be drafting offensive lineman out of Northwestern, Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater, offensive lineman out of Northwestern.
Why are you
the
going with
pick.
him over Panay?
Because I think he is more NFL ready now than Panay, although Panay still has a higher ceiling.
Crowd doesn't like it.
I don't care if the crowd doesn't
All
like
Detroit
it. That
doesn't
is the
like
play
it.
to go. I think they should trade back and get Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle later. Having said that, that's not the point right now. I think at number 7, Micah Parsons wouldn't be bad here, but I think you got to get an offensive lineman, and the Detroit Lions instantly have a top 5 offensive line in the
People
NFL.
booing you is cracking
They can
me
all
up.
boo. I don't give a shit. This is a smart pick here. And I'll tell you why. You win the game in the trenches. It's that simple. Ask TJ Lang, ask any player who's played in the NFL. That's where the games are decided.
What
I think
are you doing,
The
Adam?
Lions would instantly have a top 5 offensive line. It's,
Yeah, with Penny Sewell,
No,
not
no.
Rashawn
Rashawn
Slater. If we're going to
Slater
go this route,
has
it's
better
got to
film.
be Penny.
Rashawn Slater has much,
What
much
are we
better
doing?
film.
This
He has
is the
much better
first
film.
person I've ever seen in their mock draft pick him.
This
That
guy
soon.
has much better film than Penny Sewell. Sewell
You just
has
blew
all
all
the,
your credibility.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
you guys
you
have
did.
no
What do you
idea
look at
what
in
you're
this
talking
film?
about.
What do you look at in this
You
film that
guys
you
have
looking
no
I
to say
couldn't
he's
idea
better
even
what
than
you're
find
talking
Panay?
film on this kid.
Okay, why don't
That's
you
why
go
we don't
watch?
have
Why
any
don't
to
you go
play.
watch film on him taking 45 snaps against Chase Young, who's an All-Pro defensive edge rusher? What does Penei Sewell have? Nothing. He played in the Pac-12. Yes, he has all the tools, all the intangibles. I don't give a shit. I get this guy. I have a top 5 offensive line in the NFL starting tomorrow.
He got you on
No
that one, Stick.
questions. It's not a doubt.
you.
Penei
Chase
Sewell, I
Beast.
got to figure out if he can be a top offensive lineman in the NFL. This guy has proven it on the field that he can transition into the NFL.
Listen, I'm okay with offensive linemen. I actually think that's where the Detroit Lions should go. But to drop down and pass the best lineman that's in the draft
He's
just
not.
because God.
He's not.
I mean, it is them too. Every time you hear it, it is them too.
No,
I mean,
it's one. And, like,
It's not that much of a difference.
It's this much
It's
difference.
really not.
It's a lot of
It's
difference.
actually not. And you know what? I can't wait 2 years from now when Penei Sewell is struggling at right tackle or left tackle or wherever the hell they try to put him. He's not going to figure it out. Hopefully he does. But Rashawn Slater instantly starts on the Detroit Lions offensive line and makes an impact. They have a top 5 offensive line. They can run the ball much better. They have Jamal
I
Williams,
agree
DeAndre
with all
Swift.
of this. I just think you got the wrong name.
I don't think I got the wrong name.
Like,
I got the
I
right
agree
name.
with-
I got the guy who has proven film against actual edge rushers, who's played in the Big Ten.
All you have is Chase Young. That was 2 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
That was 2 years ago.
Playing against Ohio State, Kwity Paye. How much more film do I actually need to give you
So you're
on
telling
this
me
guy?
there's better defensive linemen in the Big Ten than there is in the SEC?
Kwity Paye doesn't play in the SEC.
That's what I'm at. That's what
He
I'm
plays
asking.
in the Pac-12.
Could he pay?
Big Ten.
I'm sorry,
Big
not Penei Sewell.
Oh.
Penei Sewell plays in the Pac-12. He played at Oregon.
Right. But you're telling me there's better defensive linemen
See,
here?
look, y'all don't know shit about these offensive linemen.
Where are the
You guys
defensive
talking out
linemen?
your
Where are
ass.
the
I'm at least
defensive?
standing up here being
Where are
honest.
the
I don't
defensive
give a shit about
linemen?
anyone. Give me
Where
the
are
right
the defensive
person.
linemen from the SEC in this draft? Where are
the crowd's still pissed.
they? I don't give a shit what the crowd says.
The crowd is angry.
This is fucking logical. This is the right pick.
Listen, like I said, I agree. Offensive lineman, but if you're passing over Sewell, you're doing something wrong with your life.
The right pick.
That's like Trevor Lawrence not go. That's like Joey drafting Justin Fields over Trevor Lawrence.
No,
No,
it's not even close to
mine's
that.
more
Actually,
likely to happen.
no, it's not even close. Listen, the right play for the Detroit Lions is they need to give Jared Goff weapons. That's the truth. He can't walk into next season with nothing to throw to. They got to trade back and get him a Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle. They don't have a choice at this point based on the first 6 picks. Having said that, we're not doing trades. I think they got to take an offensive lineman. Micah Parsons, I don't mind. But Rashawn Slater instantly makes the Detroit Lions have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. It's not even close. And we've seen the Dallas Cowboys with a rookie quarterback, because of how dominant their offensive line was, go 13-3 with a 3rd-round pick quarterback, Dak Prescott. You win the game in the trenches. You take Rashawn Slater. I think he's more NFL ready than Penei Sewell now. Penei Sewell probably has a higher ceiling, but I'm not concerned because people like Penei Sewell, they either work or they never reach their ceiling and they're just a bust. So I'm not interested in busting with the number 7 pick. I'd rather get it goddamn right and take Rashawn Slater and move on.
You're getting a lot of pushback in the chat right now. Jason Brown, Parsons or Penei, period. Sewell can play either side of the ball. Goff has no weapons, no number 1 receiver. Lions have no defense. Linebacking core is the worst. I'm taking a wide receiver or a linebacker. So, Adam,
there's no wide receiver available at 7. You're not going to take Devontae Smith at 7, so that makes no sense. You're not going to take Jalen Waddle at 7. That's way too overrated. You're drafting them way too high. So, fuck that. You trade back.
Boo this man!
They can boo all they want. What the fuck do they know? They've been supporting a shit organization for 30 years.
Lineman?
I am
proving my point right.
You don't prove shit. What are you talking about?
None of you guys know shit about these offensive linemen.
Oh my goodness. You guys
don't know anything.
You guys are clueless.
Well, moving
look at
on.
how he went against Chase Young.
I mean, it's in stone
Chase
now, right?
Young, Kwity Paye.
It's in
Like, what do
stone
you
now.
want?
That's who the Lions took.
Yeah.
That's who you took in our mock draft. So that it is what it is, man.
Chuck,
Two
we
you
can't-
dumbasses taking
Chuck, we
freaking
can't
Mac
trade down.
Jones and that. I don't know. I'm the only legit one up here on this panel.
So
Shut
now
up, Joe.
on the clock, picking for the Carolina Panthers, kind of wearing their colors today too, is Joey.
Well, following one dumbass, I might as well take the pick he should have took. So I'm going with Penei Sewell because they just got Sam Darnold, so you got to give him some protection.
Dude, that is a gift. Adam just handed them a gift.
I didn't think.
No,
that
I
would
took the
happen.
better lineman, actually. So you're welcome, Detroit. But it's okay. You can boo for 2 years, then you'll see.
But here you go. You want to see a guy clear out a linebacker?
Wow.
Bam!
Wow.
2 and the safety.
As he stumped
Man,
over.
we went to the
in the
archives for that
Pac-12.
one.
Wow.
And,
He's lifting weights. You know, wow, this is the greatest definition of how he's going to transition. Wow. Pump
Two
it.
plates
Keep
on
pumping,
top
buddy.
of that.
Keep pumping. Wow, man. You know what? He should go number 1 overall. You guys have changed my
I
mind.
could do 2 plates like that.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
just
I
kidding.
couldn't even find film of Slater doing anything, so I'm sorry we got nothing to crack on. Literally, where I get my videos from, I search for Rashawn Slater. Nothing. No good pancake blocks, no good seals, no good edges, nothing.
And you haven't watched shit, actually. And if you listen to most of the scouts, just like Scott Bischoff that we have, Rashawn Slater transitions to the NFL much quicker than Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell is a work in progress. He needs 2-3 years before he's even a good tackle or guard in the NFL. I get Rashawn Slater. He's an instant success for the Detroit Lions, and it's an instant pick.
Well, you've hit your wagon to him, but
You hit me with the Mac Jones comments, but this one, you talking out your ass, Adam.
No, I'm not. Oh my God! Please, can we clip that? And I can't wait till like 10 games into the season. Penei Sewell is falling on his ass and getting stumped, and Rashawn Slater is somewhere else, not in Detroit, absolutely killing it.
we'll see. I mean, we've
It's a
we
high
tried our luck
likelihood.
with high draft pick
Right.
linemen before, and we normally fail. I'm talking like Gosler, Cherilus, Lankin, Tomlinson, Stocker, McDougal. I mean, I can go on and on and on. We swing and miss a lot in the first round on linemen, but I do agree. If we could shore up this line, I like the way the Lions look going into this year. But damn, leaving Sewell on the board is just tough for me to do. But we are moving on to number 9. The Denver Broncos are on the clock, and I will be picking for them. Since they went too deep at wide receiver last year, obviously they're not going wide receiver this year. If they do, they're morons. They do need a quarterback, but pretty much every good quarterback besides Justin Fields is off the board, and I don't think that Fields I don't think Fields is going to take over Locke like that if you draft him. So I'm going Micah Parsons.
That's a good pick.
Surprised he's even on the board still.
I am too.
good
I
pick.
mean, you need help on defense. The dude is an absolute beast. We saw him in his 40 run a 4.3 40, so you know he's got that closing speed. He's literally the first defensive player off the board, 9 picks into this draft, which is crazy to me. But I think he'd be a great look. I mean, look at him chasing down this reverse. No, Not going to happen on my watch.
That's one thing. Penn State always had good linebackers,
Linebacker, you, baby.
They produce such great linebackers.
Look at this guy. Imagine that running at you
Man.
full speed, trying to kill you. Like, no thank you. Guy's an absolute beast. So that if I'm the Denver Broncos, I am popping bottles that I got him to hold down my middle linebacker position for the next, 10 years, hopefully. So that's where I'm at. That
Not
was
bad.
number 9. You guys agree, disagree?
I think it's a good pick. Earlier in the year, I would have liked him to go to Detroit. Obviously, the way this draft has worked out, Detroit needs a wide receiver.
Right.
Kenny Galladay's gone. Marvin Jones is gone, so that really affected our ability to who we're going to take. Micah Parsons is the best linebacker in the draft. Probably one of the best linebackers to come out prospect-wise since Patrick Willis. So, and that's a big name to fill. So I think he'll be a very good player in the NFL.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys agreed with my pick. See, that's what happens when you pick with your head, not with your heart. Joey?
What?
Round pick 3.
What the hell are you talking about?
You picked your ass on that one.
Adam, you ready for number 10?
Yeah, let's do it.
Adam, you are now on the clock picking for your favorite team in the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys.
I absolutely
Who's Mike McCarthy going with?
hate the Dallas Cowboys. Having said that, I am here to offer some words of wisdom for Jerry Jones and Dallas Cowboys fans. You just signed a quarterback coming off a broken ankle to a 4-year extension. You're overpaying for him. He's not going to win you football games. And we've seen when he's injured, your team can't win a football game. Having said that, I am very concerned about Dak Prescott's health. And I will not go into next season with an Andy Dalton-esque quarterback as my backup. So with the 10th overall pick, I am going to make sure that if anything happens to Dak Prescott, I have a guy who can instantly come in and probably do just the amount, if not better, than what Dak Prescott is.
You know where he's going now, don't you, Joey?
I am taking Justin Fields with the 10th overall pick. You're welcome, Dallas. But fuck you. Still nobody likes you guys. But
More booze from the crowd.
They can keep booing.
Wow.
They can keep booing.
Honestly,
Booing, but I'm saying give me my money because we had that $100 bet going.
what was your bet? That he wasn't going to be a top 10
$100
pick?
that he
wouldn't
doesn't
be
go
a top
top 10.
And you take him in the top 10?
Listen,
I love
I
you,
thought
Adam.
long and hard about this, all right? Dak Prescott
Gotta be the stupidest
is
person I've ever met.
a good quarterback. He's not great. He hasn't shown any great traits that are going to wow me.
That's Micah Parsons.
What's super frustrating about Dallas at 10 is they could take a Patrick Surtain. They could take even a J.C. Horn. They could go defense. But again, I listed my concerns. If Dak Prescott goes down at any point in the season, their season is over. They're in one of the weakest divisions. You have to ensure that you're going to be a playoff team and that you can contend. I think taking Justin Fields is a safe pick. You can move off of Dak Prescott in 2 years if you're not happy with him. You're going to take about a $17 million cap hit, but having said that, you're ensuring that if this guy is getting hit and getting hurt, you can replace him almost with the same player with a higher ceiling. Dak Prescott, I'm concerned about his health. It's that simple. Why am I going to go into the following season where I'm expected to compete for my division, and if my quarterback goes down, I'm instantly a 4 or 5 win football team? That's not good.
How long is that Dak Prescott deal? Wasn't it
4 years.
It was a 4-year
Total
deal?
of 4 years.
Oof, that's tough, man. I get what you're doing. It's kind of what the Lions probably should have done a year or two ago and set themselves up for the future instead of, just holding on to a quarterback that you knew was eventually going to work his way out of the system. But I could see Jerry Jones doing this, man. That's a Jerry Jones move right there. He loves his toys. And if he can get another toy like that, put some pressure on Dak, I can see Jerry Jones doing this,
Look,
man.
It'd be good for him
It's
to
not a
learn
knock
with
on
that,
Dak
too.
either. It's
No.
Dak Prescott is coming off a very ugly injury.
Dude,
So is
snapped
Joe
his
Burrow.
damn ankle in half.
But what has Dak Prescott proven? He can put up all the numbers in the world, but they don't translate into wins. And anybody who thinks that Dak Prescott is a top 8 quarterback in the NFL is fucking ridiculous. This guy was surrounded with gold and accomplished 1 playoff win. This guy had the best offensive line, one of the best running backs, a good wide receiver core, a solid defense. Now the team is aging. They're peaking right now. They need to start rebuilding in Dallas. They got 1, maybe 2 years left of being an okay football team that can push in the playoffs, and that's it. So I'm thinking more of the future here. I'm not worried about getting a Patrick Surtain and making my defense somewhat better just for next season, because I don't even know if I'm going to have a quarterback going into next season.
Well, that is our wrap-up of our mock draft for the top 10. We do have 11 through 15 that we're probably going to get to later on in the show, but we wanted to at least do a top 10 mock draft where it wasn't already just laid out, where we actually got to change each other's picks as it went, because, I mean, you know, Pitts dropping to 6. I was shocked that I was able to draft him, and then
You should be happy. Miami, they're giving Tua weapons. I mean, I would expect if he goes into top 5 that they take Jamar Chase, and that for me is the play for Detroit. I wish they could get him, but I don't think he's going to be available.
Right. So I like the mock draft. I think we did a good job. Joey, you won $100. Your boy went in the top 10, so you got to be happy.
I'm the only one that really won up here.
The actual one. And if you want to win, make sure 8 Mile Vodka. This weekend, it's Friday. You've earned it. Go get yourself a bottle at Meijer and, just participate. And every Friday, I got to do this thing. It's called a slap shot. And
we're doing it?
Yeah. You
Zoom
ready to
that
do it,
camera
man?
out real quick. I want to get up. I got to stand up on both feet.
Yeah, come on over here, big boy.
Zoom that camera out.
Yeah. Let's zoom this out. Now, Joey was saying I took a weak shot last week, but all right.
How hard can I go?
I mean, Fish is just like putting weird whispering sounds in the mic all day.
It's crowd noise.
It's like ASMR.
No, it's crowd noise.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's what it is. People are commenting like, "What is that weird whispering noise?" And it's like, it's Fish in the sound booth. All right.
All right, here we go.
You ready for it?
All
right.
You got to turn your cheek just like that. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hey,
Oh,
shit.
That was weaker than art. I'll take that all day.
Good smack.
Smooth. 8 Mile Vodka. Go pick it up this weekend. Let's take a break. We'll be right back with Joey's News.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go.
All right, so after round 1 of the Masters, Justin Rose shoots 65 and is leading the Masters by 4 strokes. You guys been watching?
I watched a little bit. I didn't watch a lot yesterday. It was a busy day around here yesterday. But, dude, killing it.
Yeah, the dude's killing it off to a good start and just an overall good first round. And I'm excited to I've been watching. This is the first time where I've really been spending some time watching the Masters, and it's actually pretty fun to watch.
Somebody's got to take Fish's mic away from him today. He's over there doing golf sound effects now. Fish, we love you, buddy, but don't be going into the mic all day today. Can you do that for us?
Please.
It's crowd noise.
It's not crowd noise. I
The
got
golf
fake
swing I
crowd noise
like.
up here.
Golf swing that I like.
Everybody thinks you're Darth Vader. That's what they're commenting. Did you guys hire Darth Vader?
Maybe they did.
Maybe they
The Detroit Red Wings, I won money on this game, but I did not take the money line in favor of the Red Wings. Adam's going to get into that a little bit later. The Detroit Red Wings lose to the Nashville Predators 7-1. Darren Helm with the only goal for the Red Wings right here. Sad, sad game.
Yeah, not our best showing, was it?
No.
But the game did go over 5.5 goals.
And that's all that really matters to Adam.
All that matters. There's a guy by the name of Brad Marchand with the prettiest short-handed goal I have seen right here in slow-mo. Just so clean. Like that. I love
the handles.
Like right there, him on the diving on the floor like that.
Right.
Such a good goal right
And
there.
those Bruins jerseys are classic, too. I like those Boston Bruins jerseys.
Yep. So
outside the Red Wings, those are probably my favorite hockey jerseys.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah.
So the Bruins did end up beating Ovechkin's Capitals 4-2 in that game, and I freaking hate these late night Pistons games because I try to stay up and watch them, especially with Killian Hayes right now because he's back. I want to watch him and be able to scout a little bit more and seeing what his game looks like and breaking it up. But last night I slept. Pistons ended up taking the Kings on and beating them 113-101.
Yeah.
Killian Hayes dropping 11 points in 21 minutes. Halliburton only 9 points in 31 minutes.
I know. I felt good about that last night.
Battle of the rookies right there. Sticks boy Halliburton.
I do love Halliburton, and like I said, just because I love Halliburton doesn't mean I'm not rooting for Killian Hayes.
Sure.
He's a Piston. That's my dude. It's just when you see a guy going off and, you know, being everything you thought he was going to be, and then you got a Killian Hayes who injuries has set him back, so we really haven't gotten a good read. I'm still rooting for Killian Hayes, but it was nice to see him take it to Halliburton last night. I have no problem with Killian Hayes proving me wrong the rest of his career.
And honestly, like that one step back right there was a nice play, and throughout the game, I mean, he did really show some good signs that he's starting to develop into an NBA player, and that's what all we could ask for, really.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick little shout out to Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton. You always hear me bragging about them, and I'm actually going to head there next week because I need to get some summer clothes ready, and they got an entirely new inventory. So be the first to check out their new store and new inventory there downtown Fenton. Bridge Street Exchange, code word WSN, will get you 15% off your entire order. So don't miss out on that opportunity right there.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us and being a part of the conversation in the chat and tweeting us and following us on Twitch, YouTube, and all that good stuff. And everybody dropping stars in the comments on Facebook. I don't know why they started it, but it's a fun thing. So if you got some stars, give them a drop. Adam, we bring you on. We're a little early today, but we normally bring you on about 8:50 to go over your bets. Today, you got to be feeling like the king of the land. Why don't you tell everybody what happened last night?
Last night, we hit it big, Joey. Joey made some money, too. But we went 5-0 last night, which means what? Our $35 parlay paid out $1,300. I was so goddamn happy about it. And the best part was I took 4 over at 5.5. And, of course, like I've been saying for the last 3 weeks now, they all hit. And here we are. $1,000 richer, five more picks right. Didn't take an L last night. God,
it feels.
There's no better feeling. There is no better feeling. Seriously, I've been working like super hard on trying to get a parlay to hit for people at home. Like it's been so frustrating. We've had so many 4-1s, so many unfortunate bad beats. I always tell people to bet individually because last night, if you bet individually, you won 5 games and you made money on all of them. And then if the parlay hits, it's just a bonus. And yesterday, it was a goddamn bonus, and I couldn't be more happy.
So what did you bet yesterday? It was all hockey, right?
It was all hockey. We bet the over in the Wings game, even though they didn't contribute much to that. We bet the over in the Lightning game. We bet the over in the Stars game. We bet the over in the Penguins game. We bet everything. I didn't give a shit yesterday. I bet the over in the Cavs versus the who'd they play last night? The Cavs played the Toronto Raptors. And that I'm sorry, not the Toronto Raptors, the Thunder. Yep. Yeah. And that game was set. It was under. The line was so wrong. It was set at 212 over. Both teams were just scoring over 107 points per game over the last 6 games. I was like so confident, and they came out and did what? They scored 123 combined points in the first half. We were golden. We were always set to go on the over, and we did. We hit all 5, and goddamn, I couldn't be any happier.
Yeah, well, great job, man, yesterday. And you said you woke up to a bunch of texts and a bunch of tweets of people like thanking you for your picks. So let's get into it. Are these picks spread out over the weekend, or are we just focusing on today's game?
We're going to do tonight. We're going to do tonight. I want to make people money tonight, and anything that happens over the weekend, I'll just end up shooting on our social media and on our Facebook group. But we're going to repeat last night.
How did you not put 5-0 bigger? Anytime you go 5-0, that thing needs to be fucking huge.
Oh, my goodness. You know what's huge?
The whole screen.
Right.
My wallet's huge. That's what matters, not the goddamn graphic. But having said that, we're going to take 4 NHL games tonight, but they're all not going to be over. I'm going to take the over in the Wild St. Louis Blues game. I'll take the under between the Ducks and the Avalanche. That'll be the only game I'm taking under for the rest of the night. And then I'm going to take the over between the Coyotes and the Knights. Kings and Sharks, I'm going to take the over at 5.5. Guys, I don't know how many times I have to say it. We're officially 25-2 betting the over in hockey when it's set at 5.5. This has become my favorite bet. I absolutely love this bet. And the last game, we're going to bet on the Tigers. I could give a shit if they win or lose. I like the number at 8.5. I actually think the bats are going to come out flying. Both teams are coming off a day of rest. I'm not much of a fan of the starting pitchers that are on the mound tonight. I think this is easily over 8.5 runs, and those are my 5 games. Yesterday we put $35. We ended up walking away with a little over $1,300.
Jesus.
Today we're gonna bet 50, and we're gonna try to repeat yesterday's magic. And I'm super confident in it. I have the biggest smile on my face right now because I woke up to 6 people who had sent me screenshots of the parlays they hit. Some people only bet $5, but that paid out like a few $100s.
Right.
So
I'd trade $5 for a few $100 every day of the week.
I was so happy this morning. I woke up to a bunch of screenshots and messages, and you don't have to thank me. I'm just happy you guys are willing enough to listen. That means more to me than you guys actually winning the money. I think that's awesome.
So let's run it down one more time. Go through your bets for tonight real quick. So everybody, and make sure you head to mybookie.com right now, and you can place these bets with Adam. And that's where you place your bets. That's where you hit your parlay last night. And if you use promo code Woodward, we'll give you 50% of your first deposit back at you. So you put in $1,000, you're going to get a quick $500 for free. And then you can bet it on whatever you want. You want golf, you want baseball, you want basketball, whatever you want to bet on, you can do it with mybookie.com. Adam, let's run through your bets one more time.
All right. We're going to start with the over in the NHL. I got 3 overs in the NHL today. It's going to be the Wild and Blues, the Kings and Sharks, and the Knights and Coyotes. I'll take the under at 6 between the Avalanche and the Ducks. Avalanche have been insanely streaky. They've actually been one of my favorite bets, and they've been part of my over at 5.5 all season. But the big caveat to this one is they're coming off their 3rd back-to-back in the last 11 days. They're going to be exhausted. The Anaheim Ducks have been playing top 6 defense over their last 8 games. I see this being a super low-scoring game, 2-1, 3-2 at most. That game's got to be under. And then, of course, I'm going to take the over between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians. 8.5 runs. I like it. I don't like either of the starting pitchers tonight. And those are my bets going into the weekend. We were 5-0 yesterday. I'm so happy that we finally were able to make people significant money. But bet these individually and then take the parlay. That's my strategy every day. And good luck, everyone.
Joey, how much did you make yesterday?
So I put $25 only on the hockey picks. So
Okay.
4 parlay. I didn't do the basketball one. $345.
Wow.
Really? Nice.
Good
Good for you,
day.
Joey.
It was a good day, Adam.
Yeah, because you don't normally bet. So what made you pick yesterday of all days to bet?
I've been playing like the last 2 days. I did some of the hockey ones. So the day before, I think we lost on one of them.
No, we hit all of them. We messed up the basketball one.
The basketball one, that was the one. So then that's when I learned my lesson, and I was like, man, screw basketball. Especially basketball this season's been so unpredictable with some of the scoring and whatnot. So I was like, I'm going to just stick to the hockey one. And, I mean, that number doesn't lie. 25-2 when you're taking the over on 5.5. You got to do that.
You got to.
It's a great bet. And Rob is asking what my record is for the week. We went 5-0 yesterday, 3-2 the day prior, and then 4-1, 4-1. So that is 4, 8, 10. No, 4, 8, 11, 16, and 4.
16 and 4.
16 and 4.
This is the week you promised us last week.
I know. I was
last
a week late.
Last week it's like, I'm going 5-0 the rest of the week. And
Yeah.
this week you did it, so nothing wrong with that.
We'll try to
Humble
do it again
assassin
tonight.
right there.
Right?
But again, Joey's a perfect example. I love the over at 5.5 for hockey bets. It's such an easy. What the fuck happened to good goalies in hockey? Either the defenders are shit or the goalies have no idea, or they just made the nets bigger and nobody told anybody.
Right, or it's like baseball, they juice the
juice
puck.
the pucks.
Yeah, how do they juice the
More
puck?
slippery?
I don't know. No, I was talking to Darren McCarty about that when I was filling in on The Hook. If you don't know, Darren McCarty does a show right here on the Woodward Sports Network every day, 3 to 5. You can tune in like you're tuning in right now, and make sure you download our app, too. It's free, and it's available in the Apple and Google Play Store, so you can take us with you anywhere that you go. But no, Darren McCarty said this has just kind of been a slow evolution of what hockey's become. It's very similar to basketball, like just slowly, it used to be uncommon to score over 100 points. Now, if you score under 100 points, like there's something wrong with your team. So it's just kind of how it's been.
Different though, because like basketball, I mean, you're starting to shoot more threes, so obviously points are going to be higher if you're hitting more. But hockey, it's like, what are the goalies getting worse?
No, they changed the rules a little bit. You know, there's no less clutching, less grabbing, more open ice for the players. You know, they want to let guys like Sidney Crosby skate and be beautiful and show the game off. They don't want guys, you know, like a Cronwall out there just gripping up people and then slamming them into the boards anymore. So, I don't know. It's just the evolution of hockey and where we're at now. And actually, if you look at it, last year, they were averaging more goals per game than this year. And this year, it just seems obscene. So I don't know if we're just now noticing it or because it was a shortened season last year that it just was like nobody really cared because COVID was going on.
Right.
Nobody paid attention. But this year, out of control. But at least Adams found the loophole in the system because Vegas does not want to move off that 5.5 number either.
Well, here's the issue. If they move it to 6.5, then I'm betting the under. It's a fine line, and you never want to put something at 6 because what happens is I can parlay that, and if it does get to 6 only, it's a push, which means it voids, which means I get my money back. Vegas doesn't make any money, and no one goes home. Yeah, if it pushes, yeah.
Because like in that one game, you took under 6. So if it's 6 goals, it's a void?
If it's 6 goals, it gets voided, yeah. So they're in such a pickle, and I absolutely love it, and I'm just going to keep raking them until the team stops scoring over 5.5 goals.
No, you've been doing great with your bets, man. I got to start doing more. My thing is when I go on my bookie, I always wind up just playing blackjack. Like
that's the worst.
Yeah, I want
it's amazing, but
I want
it's the
the
worst.
instant gratification. Like that's what I want. You know, placing a bet and waiting a couple hours for it to play out is a lot different than just putting 50 on my blackjack hand and boom, all of a sudden I'm either up 50 or down 50.
What I've been doing that I like is live betting.
Yeah.
When the game starts and then you get to see the beginning unfold and then you see how they're matching up against each other. That's so much fun for me.
Something that we'll be doing next week that I'm really excited about is we're going to be giving away free MyBookie accounts. So what I'll be doing is I'll be placing your first bet when you open up a MyBookie account. We'll pick one winner a day. And what'll happen is you'll come into the studio. We'll sign you up for MyBookie. We'll get you your account credited with a $50 deposit, which means you'll get 50% on top of that. So you have $75 to play with. And I will make a personal straight bet for you with the $50 or a parlay, whichever you're more comfortable with.
Hey, Fish, have you been placing any bets on your soccer lately?
I have not.
You have not? Okay. Because right when gambling opened up in Michigan, Fish was all over those soccer bets sitting in the office with you guys.
I wasn't betting. I was talking about
You were
stuff
suggesting.
With them. Yeah, suggesting.
Yeah, are there any big games today going on that you would bet on?
Well, there's always games.
Yeah.
That's why when you're around me, never say light sports day. No such thing as that.
Yeah, Fish gets so pissed at me when I'm like, oh, man, you know, we got the draft in 3 weeks.
Well, welcome to the Woodward Sports Show. We had a light sports day yesterday. No, there's never such thing as that. There's always stuff going on.
Yeah, especially if you like cricket.
Yeah.
If you like cricket, if you like badminton, like Fish is all about those sports.
Yeah, we had a good game that we finished about 25 minutes ago.
For what, cricket?
If you like those garbage
for
sports.
Australian football.
Oh, nice. Rugby?
Yeah, I watched. No, it's different than rugby.
Wait, what?
Australian football is different than rugby.
Is it similar to American football?
No.
Is it soccer?
Is it soccer?
It's a football shape.
Okay.
Right? And they kick it. It's an incredible sport.
Is it rugby?
No, it's not. It's football.
What?
Is it rugby?
No.
But it's not rugby.
Correct. It is not.
Do they wear
football.
equipment?
No pads.
So it's not. So it's rugby.
No pads. Nope.
What separates it from rugby?
You guys, should I send Alex a video?
Yeah,
a clip?
well, I want to know what separates it from rugby.
You guys just have to see it. I'll send Alex a clip.
All right. Yeah, well, Fish is our aficionado for sports all over the world, and he's been great addition to the show and to the network, and we love you, Fish. Alex, are you a big gambler? Do you gamble on any of these games? I know you killed it in the brackets.
Sometimes. I wish I would have taken Adam's bets last night. I normally try to follow him, but I didn't have time yesterday, so I missed out.
You know what they say, time is money.
What's your favorite sport to gamble on?
I don't know. I normally do either basketball or golf, obviously. So
golf?
Yeah.
Who do you have in the Masters?
I had either Justin Thomas or Jordan Spieth.
Jordan Spieth?
So
Golf betting was a little confusing for me.
Why?
I need some tutorials after this.
Why?
It's pretty straightforward. You can bet
golf's probably the
there's
easiest
multiple
betting.
ways. Yeah, you can bet like the group who's going to have the lowest score of the round in the group. You can bet if a player is going to shoot under 68 or over par or under par, you can bet that, or you can bet the outright winner of the tournament per day going into Sunday.
See, with this one, though, there's so many underdogs, so then you start seeing
Everyone's
plus
underdog.
400, plus 500, and then you start seeing the fat, like, plus 10,000, and I'm like, man, I got to go with these guys.
It used to be Tiger was favored, and then the field was all underdogs.
Yeah.
Now it's just everyone's an underdog.
Everyone's an underdog.
There's just so many options you can bet on, too, with golf. Although sometimes it's hard to tell. You don't know necessarily who's going to have a good week or who's not, going to play crappy. So sometimes that's hard, but I just like that there's so many different options you can bet on.
Right. Oh, that's awesome, man. We all got our own little thing here. Like Adam likes to bet on everything. Fish likes to bet on international sports. Joey just likes to bet.
Live betting.
Live betting. What you got, Fish?
Yeah, perfect. I don't bet. I'm not a gambler.
Okay.
I'll do picks,
You'll do picks.
but I won't go out there and punch in money. I don't bet. Doesn't do
Next
anything
year,
for me.
Fishy.
Next year, Fish, we're gonna change your life.
Yeah, we're going to take you to the sports book next year when you turn 21. Would you go do that?
Oh, I'll go. I won't bet any money though.
Why?
But I'll go.
Well, even
I'll
if
give
I
you
give
money
you
to
like
bet.
It doesn't
50
do
bucks,
anything for me.
What if
I'll
I
give-
give you like $50 and say go throw it on a game? Will you bet my money for yourself?
I mean, I'd be peer pressured into it anyway. So.
We would never peer pressure you,
No, we
Fish.
can't peer
So
pressure.
Are we
Fish.
going
would-
to the titty bar, Fish?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm moving away.
Yeah. Well,
With the
that's-
girl Mercedes.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit of Pistons, a little bit of Pistons with our favorite Pistons guy, Pistons Talk. We're going to talk to him coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us and making us a part of your day. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys commenting and being a part of the show and just, helping us grow this network. You've seen it. If you've been following us for the past 5 months, you've seen it grow. You've seen the evolution of it, and it's only getting bigger from here. And every once in a while, we want to bring on some of our what do we call them, Joey? Contributors?
Yeah, it's a content contributor that just has mastered their certain little niche in life. And this guy has mastered everything Detroit Pistons related, and he spends so much time. That's why we're proud to have him a part of the team.
Yeah, and part of the thing that we want to do here at the Woodward Sports Network is like all these people that are established and know their sports and stuff like that. We want to bring them on as our insiders because they are insiders.
Yes.
They study the game, but they're actually here in Detroit. We're not trying to just bring in anybody. We want to bring in people that are smart, that are capable, and can really contribute to what we're doing here. So, without further ado, you want to welcome him?
We welcome Anthony, most known as Pistons Talk,
Yeah,
to the
what's
Woodward
up?
Sports Network.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going this morning, man? Where are you at right now?
I am in home office in my house right now.
You look like you were kidnapped.
No, I'm just chilling.
Well, thank you for all you've been doing for us here at the Woodward Sports Network. I mean, your graphics are great, keeping us up to date on everything that's going on with the Pistons. One thing that I really wanted to talk to you about is last night. We've been talking about it all season long, how the Pistons maybe could have drafted Tyrese Halliburton, but they went the route of Killian Hayes. Those two got to match up head-to-head last night. When you were watching the game, what did you see?
I just saw Killian Hayes be the guy that he was in Germany last year. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but there was a big reason why the Pistons didn't draft Halliburton last year. His agent didn't want the Pistons to draft him because he was represented by Luke Kennard, and there was a big thing with that. So that's why they passed on Halliburton. But with Hayes, happy he's back, looks more comfortable. I think him getting injured was actually kind of a blessing because he looks more patient passing the ball. I know there was a couple of plays where he was a little sloppy, but I think in the long term, Hayes is going to be the right pick for the Pistons.
That's interesting you say that because I actually feel the same way about Killian Hayes. He's one of those players that needs time to develop not only into his body, but he needs to understand the Dwayne Casey model of how to play defense and how to run the point. And I really think the whole injury aspect was a blessing in disguise. But one of my concerns with Killian really is his jump shot. And I would love to get your feedback on kind of his mechanics. Do you think it's something that can translate over time with practice, or is it something he really needs to get in the offseason and work on? What are your thoughts on Killian's jump shot?
Well, I know when he was injured, some shooting coaches were helping him kind of fine-tune that jump shot. I think you'll probably kind of see like kind of what Lonzo Ball did in New Orleans, where, you know, his jump shot was kind of ugly, but it kind of looks more pure now. And he's having probably one of his best shooting career years now since he's fine-tuned that jump shot. I think Killian can take that same approach. I think that's a big concern with a lot of fans, that jump shot's just not falling down right now. And another thing I want to see him develop is that right hand, because he's so left-hand dominant that it kind of forces him to go left like 90% of the time. I just want to see him develop that right hand, and I think that jump shot falls. No one's questioning that draft pick.
I know that you're a big fan of our Pistons rookies right now, and that's always been the most exciting thing for us, because we'll hit on like one pick, maybe two picks if we're lucky in a draft. But this year I feel like it's different. So what's your thoughts on all of our Pistons rookies thus far? Because obviously we're not a great team, but from what we're seeing with our young talent, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I think Troy Weaver did a phenomenal job getting, you know, Killian at 7, Isaiah Stewart at 16, Saddiq Bey at 19, and getting Saban Lee, who I never even heard of because I don't really follow Vanderbilt that closely. Got him at 38. I mean, they called him the core 4 for a reason, and they're doing really good things. Saddiq Bey just broke a Piston rookie record, making the most 3-pointers, and there's still 20 games left in the season, so you love to see that. I was really high on Killian in the draft. Happy we got him. Isaiah Stewart, baby Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
I just love everything I see from Isaiah Stewart. Love beef stew. I think he can become a starting center in this league, and I would not be surprised if you see Mason Plumlee come off the bench pretty soon.
That'd be great. I mean, we love Plumlee. He's a triple-double machine, which he's proven himself to be this year. But, yeah, he's definitely not the future of the Pistons. Going into next year's draft, I saw you kind of put out your own mock draft, and you had the Pistons picking number 3. Who did you have them taking?
Jalen Green.
Who is a D-League player, correct?
Correct. He chose to take that $500,000 and not go to college, which, you know, Isaiah Todd did the same thing. You guys probably remember he was a Michigan recruit, but decided to do the same thing. I think the problem with the Pistons, if they maybe want to take a guy like a Jalen Suggs, is there's kind of a problem with the shooting in the backcourt. I think Jalen Green has all the potential to be a superstar in this league. I think he could average 20 points a game his rookie year. He's just that special. Reminds me a lot of Bradley Beal.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd take a Bradley Beal.
I just don't get why this guy would forego college to go play in the NBA G League. That's something that
I disagree. I think that's a great move, honestly. If you know you're only going to college for 1 year, you can just get rid of the whole idea of having to go to school, doing all the bullshit studying, learning absolutely nothing for 1 year.
Like the dudes actually do the studying
Right.
anyways.
Get all of that shit out of the way.
You're acting like they go to class. Jesus.
And 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, you're working on your game and developing your skills. And I think that's much more valuable than going to some university, getting grinded on, and trying to do 2 full-time jobs at the same time. It's just
the schooling can't weigh down that much. I've talked to a whole bunch of college athletes. The schooling's a small portion.
because
the
they push
focus
them
is all
through,
basketball. But the reason why I like college basketball for player development, I mean, the old way of going from, and I think it is coming back pretty soon, high school to the NBA, you're still playing with the most premier dominant talent. But when you go to the G League, I mean, you're still playing against great basketball players. But when you go to one of the best colleges, I feel like you're still getting that right development to make you ready for that NBA.
Yeah, but one of the big things we've talked about before is like owning your name rights and be able to make money off your name, and they're not allowing that in college. So if you can go put $500K in your pocket and still be your own man while you're playing basketball, as long as they develop this G League to something that's actually sustainable and substantial, then I think the G League, you're going to see a lot more talent go to the G League.
Well, I think more important than that is when you're playing in college basketball, and I think Anthony can comment more on this, you're playing against people who haven't developed their bodies yet. You go to the league and you're playing in that subdivision, you're playing against grown men who are much more physical, much more built than you, and you're really learning the hard way on how to get around. That's what the NBA really looks like. Look at Luka Garza. This guy wins the Wooden Award, and he's projected in the second round. Why? Because he's just bigger and stronger than everyone else. But when he gets to the NBA, he'll maybe be the 30th or 40th strongest big man in the league.
Same dude.
Exactly.
Yes.
Same dude.
Literally.
Darko Milicic. I mean, I have different opinions.
There you go. What, aside from the rookies this year, what have you enjoyed watching the Pistons do? Because even though they've been losing a lot, they've actually been fun to watch.
I love Josh Jackson getting his shine in Detroit. I love that, they picked up a guy that, had some off the court issues, but Dwayne Casey really took him under his wing. I think Dwayne Casey gets kind of bad credit in Detroit because people, they want him fired. But what he does with players, he did it last year with Christian Wood. He's doing it this year with Josh Jackson. Really takes these guys that have potential. He doesn't care about their past and just develops them. And I'm happy for Josh that he's, showing out for the Pistons in his hometown.
Why do people want Casey fired, man?
Yeah, people are hating on Casey. They're just not giving him a fair chance because I think a lot of it is, they see people like Sekou, and they don't realize the reasons why he's putting him on the bench and not playing him as much as they want to. But obviously, we start to see that there's some things that he just got to get better and work hard towards. So he's not getting a fair chance. And then they're seeing the bad record, so that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, I think the Sekou thing is probably like 90% of it, but I think people don't understand. The kid's a project. I mean, I think he could become a Pascal Siakam if you develop him right, but I mean, you have to develop him. He's still really raw. I mean, he's very limited offensively. It doesn't help that they play in a half-court set because he's a transition player. He loves to run, and when you play in a half-court set, there's no chances to run. So, I mean, you get someone in the draft. Maybe you get lucky. You get a Cade Cunningham or someone like that.
Yeah.
Kid wants to run. You get Sekou in transition. I mean, that would be awesome for the Pistons.
I think something that's interesting about Dwayne Casey is he's a really good development coach, and we've seen him take the Toronto Raptors to a 1 seed, a 2 seed for a consistent amount of time. So he's not only going to give you the development phase of the game, but he can actually take a team once it's built correctly and take them on deep runs in the playoffs. And I think that's what should be exciting for Pistons fans. But my question for you, Anthony, is what are your thoughts on Jeremy Grant? I'm not the biggest fan. I think he's doing a good job in the A1 role that he's placed in now. I don't think he's a 1. I think he's more of a hybrid 2, but really a 3 on a good team. How do you think he develops in the future for the Pistons? Is he someone that sticks around with the contract he has when this team does develop and is eventually a contender? Is he still the 1, or do you think by the time this team is winning 48, 52, 56 games, he's more of a 2 or even a 3?
I think he's going to be a part of the long-term future. I agree with 100% what you said. I think right now, like on a rebuilding team, he's like a number 1 option. But, you start getting it within this restoring process, as Troy Weaver calls it, he's probably not going to be your number 1 option. Like on a championship level team like the Nuggets, he was the 4th option all year. I think that's kind of his ceiling. Once you develop these rookies, they're going to be taking the last shot. They're going to be closing. But I think he's a guy that I really like. I like his two-way style of play. I mean, so much we've had, small forwards that could defend but couldn't shoot, like Stanley Johnson, for example. Really like what Jeremy Grant has done in Detroit, and I think he could win Most Improved Player this year.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely up for it. He got robbed of being an all-star. At least I thought he should have been an all-star. Adam, not so much, but I thought he could have made an appearance. He could have made an appearance.
I mean, to drop the points and be as consistent as he was on the season, that's why I think he should have for sure. But then
he's
again,
our all-star.
I will say this.
He's scoring points on a bad team.
I will say this. He has performed at a very good level. But what would have had to happen for him to make the All-Star team is the All-Star plane would have had to crash, and then he would have been in Finland.
Right,
So,
and that didn't happen. So
all
therefore,
12 of those guys go down, and then he makes it.
Shoot, Mason Plumlee would have got a pick too then.
That's right.
Anthony,
Anthony,
walk us through real quick, Anthony, just about you personally. Like, where are you from? How old are you? What made you start Pistons Talk? Because to be a fan and lead such a big group like Pistons Talk when our team is not amazing is something that we commend you on.
So just turned 29 in March. I'm from a really small town called Harrison Township. Started Pistons talk probably, I want to say 2017. I got started on Facebook with a bigger Facebook page called Detroit Pistons Nation. Always been a Piston fan. Like, I think Grant Hill was the first memory of just being a Piston fan. Really loved him, and that kind of didn't end too well. But we traded him for Ben Wallace, won a championship, so it was worth it. But I mean, I just kind of love the Pistons. It's kind of like a sickness. Like you guys were saying, these 10 p.m. games, I was up until like 2 in the morning, just like, clipping highlights, getting graphics up, stuff like that. It's just an addiction. Like, I just love what I do.
I love that word. I love what I do.
Real. Seriously.
I love that. I love hearing that.
Well, we appreciate you here at the Woodward Sports Network, and thank you for contributing not only on social media. We want to start bringing you on the shows a little bit more so you can just share your insight, because obviously if you're staying up till 2 a.m. to watch Pistons Sacramento, you are in this to win it. Like, you are a fan till the end.
I just wish the Pistons were in it to win it like you were, Anthony.
We will be.
Give them a couple of years. They'll be there.
I agree, man. This is, this reminds me a lot of like the 2001 Pistons. Like, they're building. You see them playing with energy. They got some blocks to build around, and we'll hopefully bring in some monster free agents or just some guys that fit the role, like a Chauncey Billups, make some good trades, and next thing you know, we're shutting down the Lakers dynasty. So that's what I'm hoping for in the next 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, 2 to 3 years, I think that's the window for them to compete personally. I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than people think it is.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to that. Thank you for coming out with us this morning, Anthony. You have a great day, and go Pistons.
You too. Appreciate you guys.
See ya. And make sure you follow Pistons Talk. It's Pistons_talk on Twitter, right, Joey?
Yep.
And
Pistons_talk.
Instagram.
Yep.
So, yeah, give them a follow, and then his Facebook page, too. He's been great about it as well. So we just love bringing together all the social contributors in Detroit, putting them under one umbrella, and then you get the Woodward Sports Network. So thank you guys for being a part of it this morning. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we already talked about Kyle Pitts a little bit, but Kyle Pitts was talking about us. Did you know that?
Let's do it.
Did you know that? We'll talk about that next on the Woodward Sports Network.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey. Drug Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us. It's Friday. The sun is shining on Woodward. It's going to be a beautiful day here in Detroit. Hopefully it's beautiful wherever you're listening, because when we go through and look at where people are listening, it's all over the country and all over the world. Like, there's some Detroit sports fans that move away, and they don't really have a place to get sports talk anymore. And they like this. So thank you for liking this.
What about our boy? Like, there's so many people that we've talked to that just literally live in different states, never even been here, nothing.
Right.
And they're diehard fans.
Right. Diehard sports fans of Detroit. And, nobody really gives you full-time sports Detroit coverage anymore.
Nope.
Like, there's nobody here in Detroit that even does it. Like, even the people that we're supposedly competing with, which we're not competing with because we don't even live in the same lane, but they don't even give you full-time Detroit sports coverage, and that's what we want to do here at Woodward Sports. So thank you guys for being a part of it. All you diehard fans, like my man, Pistons Talk. Like, that's just what we want to do. Accumulate all these great fans and, put together something really special for this city. Speaking of special for this city, Kyle Pitts talked about joining the Detroit Lions. Did you guys see this quote?
That's next level special, especially to go from Florida to Detroit like that.
This is him talking about teaming up with TJ Hawkinson. And it's not a very long quote. It's not a very insightful quote, but it was enough to make me excited. I think it would cause a lot of problems.
This makes me nervous, actually.
Why?
Because the last time there were two tight ends that were that good, one looks like he already has CTE and is still playing in the league. The other killed a few people, Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. So we can try to avoid that shit. But no, jokes aside.
Jokes aside.
Jokes aside, that would be dangerous. And it actually has nothing to do with TJ Hawkinson. You bring in a Kyle Pitts into this offense that's very limited at receiver, the linebackers are done. You're going to have to bring up a safety, which means you're going to get DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. Like, you can be so flexible with this playbook. If you get a Kyle Pitts, I mean, there's endless options on how you could scheme and really, really mess with teams. There is no better option than having TJ lining up at tight end. You have Pitts in the slot lining up against a safety who he's probably faster than, or the team's third or fourth best corner given the package. Like, oh my goodness, the problems this would make. I mean, you could imagine Kyle Pitts on the Chiefs, Kyle Pitts with the Niners. Like, matchup problem galore, and that's the NFL. When you have matchup problems, you exploit them. The famous Bill Belichick saying, Bill Belichick's always going to take out your best player. He's not going to let your best player beat him. And that's what he always does. And that's what I'm really excited to see, if even Kyle Pitts is available. But I doubt it. But beyond that, the matchup nightmare it'll be to line up TJ Hawkinson and Kyle Pitts with a backfield of DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. Unreal.
Oh, no. To me, like, out of any pick, I like them going offensive line, even though I don't want them drafting Slater first. But either way, let's move beyond that. I love this option. I love this option because you have Hawkinson, which is your on-the-line tight end. He's the guy that's going to be blocking pretty much every play. But then you run a 2 tight end set. You split out our boy Pitts, and now all of a sudden either a linebacker's got to take him or a safety has to come down and take him. There's a win, and then you leave Hawkinson alone over here, and if they decide to double or try to take out Hawkinson, then you got DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams ready to take the ball. I love this option for the Lions. It's a dream scenario if this dude falls to 7. If he doesn't fall to 7, or if he falls to 7 and we don't take him, I may flip my own car and burn it.
Yeah, I would riot. Imagine a 2 tight end set, right? You have TJ Hawkinson on the right, and you have Kyle Pitts on the left. You know what you can do? You can motion Kyle Pitts and cause the biggest nightmare pre-snap.
Oh, yeah.
You motion him, and he's either going full speed, and he's going to get a jump start on his edge route, on his sideline route, or he's going to motion back and get a jump start on the linebacker that's trying to track him. It is such a matchup nightmare. I really would just love to see a few games of that.
Well, and you can't forget Dan Campbell loves, he was a tight end, so him having 2 like this, I think he would find a way to utilize them to the best of their abilities.
And that's the thing, you look at the team right now, I mean, we definitely need a few positions right now, but you look at the threat that could cause right there, having 2 pretty great running backs, 2 unbelievable tight ends at that point, / wide receivers. I don't even know what you classify him as anymore. But it would just be something that'd be dynamic that I would be so excited about right now.
Yeah, no, it's something that we need on the team. We need more weapons for Jared Goff if we're going to get a solid view of what Jared Goff is. Like I said, I like protecting Jared Goff first, though. I think that should be first and foremost. But if we can get a Kyle Pitts, it totally changes the outlook of the season and the outlook of our offense and what we're going to be doing, especially if this kid can actually friggin' block, too. Like, if he's a good blocker, then we got 2 tight ends. It is a bonus, but if he can do both, if he's a well-rounded tight end, which I better hope he is if we're taking him at number 7 overall. I mean, Ebron was not.
I don't think so. I mean,
Pettigrew was not.
Scott Bischoff is our scout analyst here, and he says Kyle Pitts is more of a wide receiver than he is a tight end. So the luxury that the Lions would have is you're already developing TJ, and he's more of your prototypical tight end who needs to block and run routes. You can just line up Kyle Pitts as a matchup problem. He does not ever have to block. It's just a bonus if he can do it.
Imagine those guys on the same side of the ball. You got Hawkinson and Pitts just off his. Man, how are you gonna defend that? If you're an NFL defender or you're scheming up a defense, how are you gonna defend those 2 lined up on the same side of the ball?
It's virtually impossible unless you're gonna leave someone wide open. It's typically gonna be the running back, and we have 2 running backs that'll absolutely kill teams from a pass catching standpoint. And what I love the most, and you kind of brought this up earlier in our mock draft, at number 6 you took Kyle Pitts to Miami, and your reasoning was you want to see Tua flourish or you want to see if he's going to fail. And I think we really need to address that with Jared Goff. Jared Goff needs weapons. I know we did our mock draft, it fell the way it did, but he's going to need a receiver. If Kyle Pitts is there or Jamar Chase is there, you fucking take one of them.
Yep.
Just think about playing Madden with 2 tight ends on the same side. Unstoppable. Go ahead, bring any 2 linebackers against me. It's over.
Right. Madden can be deceiving, though, because when the Lions sucked really bad but had Boss Bailey and Teddy Lehman at linebacker, I think they were both 88 speed in Madden.
Boss Bailey was a beast.
And they could
in
run
Madden.
down anybody. Like, even though in real life they couldn't read and make the right calls and were out of position all the time, and their speed, they overran a lot of things. In the video game, having two 88 speed linebackers,
It's dominant.
game-changing.
Well,
game-changing.
Think of it from a Madden standpoint, but really just a play calling standpoint. I can run T.J. Hawkinson and Kyle Pitts on 2 seam routes. They're just going to go. And what that's going to do is it's going to draw both safeties to go with them. And that's going to open up dig routes, curl routes, comeback routes, slant routes. Nobody is going to be there. All these corners are going to be on one-on-one coverage, and that's just, again, a matchup nightmare. I love it.
Yeah, so just the fact that Pitts is talking about this and, understanding that, hey, him and T.J. Hawkinson would be a problem for the league. It's not like Pitts has any control where he's going to go, but I like that he's thinking about the
It's
Lions.
like, man, damn, you know what? That would be that's his, thought process. Like, man, if I go 7,
right?
Jeez, good luck. I'm going to be wide open the whole game. Nobody can double cover me.
And when's the last time we had a high-profile anybody coming in the drafts like, man, I want to Detroit would be good. I'd be a problem in Detroit. I haven't heard that out of anybody. I mean, Kevin Jones may have mentioned it when he got drafted, but that's it.
That was another guy that in Madden was sweet.
Yeah, Kevin Jones was sweet,
One
man.
season wonder. Gave us so much hope.
He did. He was great at Virginia Tech, though, man.
He was.
He had some great runs at Virginia Tech.
Multiple 2,000-yard seasons.
Not a very good guy, though.
No.
I partied with him in the clubs a couple times, and he was a complete asshole to, not only dudes, but chicks. Like, there were a couple situations where I was like, man, am I going to really have to step to Kevin Jones? Why is this guy? No, what?
That's a big boy, but that'd be sweet.
No, he would have whooped my ass, but at the same time, it's like, all right, somebody's got to put a stop to this, and I'll take the ass beating to put a stop to this.
Mr. Kevin Jones, could you please stop that behavior, please?
Yeah. No, I mean, those guys used to come, that specific team used to come to Venue in Dearborn all the time. I don't know if you guys remember partying at Venue in Dearborn, but it was Sean Rogers, it was James Hall, it was Teddy Lehman, it was Kevin Jones. It was that era that would be there. And they would party. Those guys would party their ass off. And half of them good guys, third of them, no one gives a shit. And the other part of it, not very good
Did Sean
people.
Rogers used to get girls or no?
Sean Rogers was the man. I love Sean Rogers.
He's probably bubbly and hilarious.
He was like a character, man. But no, he couldn't pull girls to save his life. I would literally, because we're the club hosts, we got the mic, right? And you could be like, hey, girl, come here on the mic. And, peer pressure or whatever. Girls like the attention that you're giving them when you're on the mic. So I'd like, Sean Rogers, a lion is here. You guys want to go meet him? And, girls would be excited. I'd bring them over to him. And literally, I walk them over to Sean Rogers. And what does the dude do?
Shy as heck.
Starts acting like a raptor.
Oh, man.
Like a dinosaur.
Yep.
Do it. He put his arms like this. He was like,
Are you serious or are you joking?
And I'm just like, man, these guys are millionaires.
You're joking,
They're
right?
professional athletes. They could get any girl they wanted if they could just form a sentence. That's all it would take was for him to be like, hey, I'm Sean Rogers. Great to meet you. Why don't you pop over here? And what do you like to drink, fine lady? And he would have been set for the night. But instead,
I'm glad my most recent memory of Sean Rogers is him acting like a goddamn raptor. Great.
That is.
Thanks, Dick.
But I also have other good memories, like he was bench pressing girls in the nightclub.
Come on.
I swear
There
to
you
God.
go. That's my boy.
See, that's my boy
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, he was socially awkward, but he was great too. And then one week we got absolutely hammered together, and all those guys drank was Patron. That's all they drank. You want a shot of Patron, and we play this game. If you made a face, you'd have to take another shot. So we just do the shot and stare at each other. And that was it. That was our drinking game with the Detroit Lions. And it was fun. And it was Thursday night because they had walkthrough helmets on Friday, so they really didn't have to put in too much effort. But one weekend, I was like, Sean, I need you to get a sack against Brett Favre for me. And, I'm gassing him up in the club. And what did he do? He got a sack against Brett Favre. Obviously, it wasn't for me, but, he used to do the whole rah thing when he'd get his sacks.
But that one time, his celebration was rah.
No, that's only in the club. But, yeah, he would go rah when he got a sack. And I
Yeah.
told him, I was like, when you get that sack, you got to do this for me. And he did it. And it was like, oh, man, it was my Babe Ruth moment. Like, call your shot, babe. But Sean Rogers, great guy, man. Got nothing bad to say about him except his skills with the ladies. But that's not an awful thing to say about a guy.
Yep.
So That's my story of partying with Sean Rogers.
It's a legendary story.
Yeah. James Hall was cool to party with. He was more low-key. James Hall from Michigan. I didn't know this, but he was from Texas, elected to come up here to Michigan to play football. But, dude, I walk up to the bar and, you guys want a shot of Patron? Okay, let me buy one. And they just look at me like I'm an idiot. And they're like, no, we wanted the bottle. I'm like, I'm a broke.
I ain't getting you no damn bottle.
I'm a broke intern. I can't afford bottles of Patron. I'm lucky this bar's giving me free drinks. So, yeah, venue in Dearborn, may you rest in peace. You were a fun club for a long time. And fun fact, bedroom in the basement of that place. Full set.
You used it?
I just knew it was there. Let's take a break. When we come back, we got to get to Joey's news before I get myself into any more trouble.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
We have successfully completed round 1 of the Masters. Justin Rose leading the Masters by 4 strokes, shooting 65 currently. And this dude right here, man, you got to put some money on him.
Yeah.
Who do you guys got your money on? Or did you even bet on it?
DeChambeau was my guy going in.
Yeah.
DeChambeau. That's what I call him.
DeChambeau.
Or just call him Dumbo.
Dumbo. That guy's sweet. I love the way he swings. He's so violent.
It's innovating. I think it's really cool. I know a lot of...
What'd you say, Alex?
Said I can't stand him.
You can't stand it? Why?
No.
Him and Nick Leach can't stand him.
Just his attitude and everything. I just don't like him.
See, I love a little bit of cockiness on some people. And, if you can back it up, be it.
I don't see it as a big
Jordan
deal.
Spieth.
You got Jordan Spieth?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad pull. I took Team America. Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas.
Americanos. The Detroit Red Wings fall to the Nashville Predators 7-1, and this was the only goal that we had in this game.
It was a good goal, though.
Damn, it was a good goal. It's like you don't even get really excited after. It's like, damn it, we're down so much. All right, I'll take the goal.
Right.
I'll take it. Why not?
Add it to the stats.
Yeah, but we did win some money on that yesterday.
Yep.
Thanks to Adham Beidoun.
Over 5.5 goals, baby. Bet it.
Thank you for the 7 goals. Detroit, thank you for the 1.
This is a goal that I wish we got to witness as a Detroit Red Wings fan. Brad Marchand with the prettiest shorthanded goal that I have ever seen, especially in this slow motion right there.
That is nice.
It doesn't get any prettier. That Bruins ended up beating Ovechkin's Capitals 4-2.
Dude, imagine being the dude sliding by going backwards. You just feel so helpless, and the guy just dekes you completely. You're just like, ah.
And then you see the goal going, and it's like, oh, damn it.
As you're sliding.
Someone help me
That
out,
basically
please.
looked like how it was when we were kids when we play organized ice hockey. There was that one kid who could just skate and deke better than everybody, and it was like, just going around everyone and scoring stupid goals.
Yeah, I almost broke the glass window here yesterday because Mike brought in a hockey stick and a hockey puck, and
oh boy,
give me a hockey stick and a hockey puck, and wrist shots start flying.
Next you shot it right at the glass.
Well, he was supposed to play goalie, and at first we were just hitting along the ground. And I'm like, all right. He put the helmet on. And I was like, all right, you got the helmet on. I'm gonna put a little more heat behind it. Put a little more heat behind it. Went right by him, smashed into the glass.
So he played like the goalies in NHL this season because they're letting everything get by them.
Right.
That's at least no window bloke.
Right. At least you can make the league, Mike.
Yes. Good job, Mike.
Last night, we just wrapped up talking with Anthony, who is Pistons Talk, runs the Instagram account. And the Pistons took on the Kings, beating them 113-101. And Killian Hayes, our rookie, back in action, dropping 11 points in 21 minutes. And then Stick, your boy Tyrese Halliburton, who you're pissed that we didn't get, only 9 points in 31 minutes of play.
Tyreek Evans.
I love to see it, man. Listen, like I said, he said Tyreek
I'm just
Evans.
joking. No, Halliburton's been very good this year, but no, it's nice to see Hayes developing and playing well. I just want to mess with Stick a little bit.
No, you can mess with me. Listen, I want Killian to prove me. I want to look like a damn fool for wanting Halliburton.
Of course. I mean,
that's
all
all I wish for Killian Hayes to do to me is make me look like an asshole.
The
That's all I want him to
the
do.
same way I want Jeff Okuda to develop into a top 5 cornerback in
Right.
the league. I don't think he's gonna fucking do it, but if he does, I'd be happy.
Right. Prove me wrong. Please. I'll take it.
It's just like Adam being dumb enough to pick Rashawn Slater from
It's
Northwestern.
not a dumb pick, man.
And shout out to Northwestern Tech.
Hey.
.edu.
Hey.
Did you just
You know,
see
if I
Fish?
didn't take that pick, you would have never
Fish
done
is
it.
like-
Fish loves
If I
it when
didn't
you
take that pick,
transition.
if I didn't take that pick, you don't transition that smoothly.
I
Just so
know,
you know.
but I mean, listen.
I'm telling you, Joey versus Joey in transitions.
Listen,
Joey's got him by
They
far.
both have the best transitions.
Listen, there's dumb people that are a part of Northwestern, like you picking Rashawn Slater, but then there's geniuses that they produce. So you got to check out northwesterntech.edu, 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. Heating and cooling is literally leading the world right now. It's the most important thing, especially on hot 75-degree days like we're going to have today. We need air conditioning. So you could go to northwesterntech.com right now and learn more about this 10.5-month hands-on program because you won't regret it. It's a perfect time to learn a new trade. Start yourself a new career.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us this morning. My name is Stick. We got Fish over there making sure the sound is good. Does the sound good, Fish? We doing good today? Thumbs up from Fish. So thank you guys for waking up with us.
You guys got to tell me if it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, you got the headphones
We
on,
have
too.
headphones, Fish.
Well, yeah, you guys have headphones too.
All right, I'll help you out, Fish. That sounded horrible. It was a little bit too loud.
That
next
one was
time.
a little loud. That's all right.
I turned it down. We're
Because
good.
you're the man. Guys, I got breaking news.
Please, God. Please,
Something tells me I'm not going to like this.
I hope you're joking.
I don't
hope
think
you're messing
anybody's
with
going to
us.
like this. No, I just got a text
Joey
message.
Hayes?
I just heard from a lobbyist. School and all school
Whitmer.
sports are going to be shut down for 2 weeks. Restaurants voluntarily serving carryout for the next 2 weeks. 10 a.m. press conference.
She's having a press conference at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. press conference coming up with Governor Whitmer. It's a buddy. So it's looking like the high school state championships for basketball are going to be canceled, at least for 2 weeks.
What's the point?
And it's looking like all restaurants are going to be forced to go back to just carry out for 2 weeks.
Wait, before any of that shit, our golf course is still open?
I believe so.
Okay, good.
But
I'm good.
yeah, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is when she's going to go talk about this live. This is just what I'm hearing.
That is fucking
It's
frustrating.
not, don't take my word for this is set in stone, but she is having a press conference at 10 a.m. Michigan is in the midst of a crazy spike, which no other states are going through. So I don't know what is going on, but
We
it's
got
looking
weak
like
immune systems. That's what's going on because when you're trapped in for too long, that's what happens.
Yeah. What you got,
You guys
Fish?
want to hear from a special guest?
Yeah, what you got?
Why? Why are we doing this?
You want me to answer this question?
No, this is a hypothetical, right? So I was a bench warmer in high school, and that was the best memory of my life.
Move towards the camera a little bit.
I will move towards...
There you go.
I move towards the microphone.
There you go.
Why? I don't, no one's saying, our spike is from the sports. I don't get that, man.
Well, you and Fish should be social distancing right now, but beyond that,
Yes.
it is bullshit.
It
And
is.
I really don't have an opinion on it. I think it's lame.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And we're
I
vaccinating
feel bad because I
people,
still
so-
got friends in high school because I'm 12 years old, and I got friends in high school, and I feel bad for them. I don't even care. That sucks, man.
Yeah. I don't know, because we had Jamie from Let Them Play on yesterday, and listen, it's been very contentious between the high school athletes and the Let Them Play people and the state of Michigan. And I want to not believe that some of this is kind of a revenge tour, but it also points to some of this is kind of a revenge tour because Jamie made a great point yesterday. The reason why these high school kids are getting blamed for the spike is because these high school kids are tested 3 times a week. So they're getting tested more than pretty much anybody in the state. So obviously they're going to have more results than anybody in the state. Like she said yesterday, if you only tested blue-eyed people, guess who would be spreading the disease? Blue-eyed people. If you're only testing high school kids, guess who's spreading the disease? High school kids. But she's also looking at shutting down restaurants for 2 weeks again, too. It's crazy because, like I said earlier in the show, we got people that will listen and watch us from all over different states, and they obviously have different governors and different rules about how they've handled COVID. But here we are again. We're back to the 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and we're over a year into this now. If it didn't work the first time, why are we trying to repeat the same thing?
I don't know. This pissed me off more than the Mac Jones draft. So.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Because this is affecting us personally. It's affecting our people. You got family in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
I got a lot of high school kids that I know that this is going to affect so much. And Jamie's talking about how there's more kids committing suicide that they've recently released on the news. And it's just, there's only so much that you could take, especially as a high school kid that's trying to make a name for themselves, trying to get that scholarship to go on to college because they can't afford education. There's so much more to this beyond just the whole science behind all of this. And that's what's bothering me. And a lot of it is just personal beliefs, but it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, like, we've tried it your way. It didn't work. It clearly didn't work because now we're worse off than anybody else. So
never once held themselves accountable.
Eventually, is the governor going to look herself in the mirror and say, I screwed up?
Nope.
I did this wrong. I handled all of this wrong? Because numbers are numbers, and if you want to follow the science, we can follow the science, and the science has shown that we are worse off now than any other state in the country because of your leadership. And it's, let's look at some of the stats. The states are averaging more than 6,200 new COVID cases per day from Sunday through Thursday, while hospitalizations reached the highest level since December and continued climbing. More than 15% of inpatient hospital beds across Michigan are occupied by COVID-19 patients. The percentage of positive COVID-19 tests have reached 2 11-month highs over the past 5 days, surging beyond 17% again on Tuesday. And I got to be honest, I've known more people to have COVID in the past month than I did the entire year prior to this. And I don't understand why it all of a sudden spiked. Listen, I'm not behind the curtain. I'm not seeing the research. I don't understand why, but it really makes no sense to me on why we're worse off than every other state, period.
And look at Florida versus Michigan. How are our numbers worse than Florida?
And Texas.
Please explain.
Texas has been wide open.
Wide open.
Okay, but Texas, they're not tracking their numbers because they don't care.
But if people had COVID, they'd still be getting tested and they'd still be going to the hospital, right?
They're still recording fish.
Oh, they are still recording?
Yeah,
you have to.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to record.
Yeah, everybody who's getting
CDC,
tested, the results are coming in. They're all doing just fine. It's just Michigan that is going to absolute shit. And it's very frustrating, actually.
Yeah.
Is it just supposed to be indoor sports or all sports?
Let me see. I believe it's going to be indoor sports, but let me check.
I mean, if they're closing restaurants,
no, all school sports.
Yeah, it has
all
to be.
School sports.
My brother's on the Stevenson golf team right now, and they have to get tested, a couple times a week. I mean, golf is like the perfect sport for social distancing.
Yeah, too dangerous to play golf for high schools. You want to go play golf? Ding! But high schoolers can't do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, through the pandemic, golf shot through the roof because that was the one socially distanced thing that you could do. You go out there with a buddy and you guys could drive different carts, stay away from each other, and still be out. But, yeah.
Said Joey, like, he's a junior this year, and I think he's got a good chance to play in college, but what is he going to be able to show colleges? Scores from freshman year?
Make a mixtape at home.
Honestly, like, you gotta freaking do a Nintendo Wii simulation of you playing golf and make that as your highlight reel, because I don't know what more that these kids could do. There's just so much inconsistencies throughout all of this, and listen, I don't know any science. I don't know anything behind all that, so I'm not gonna sit here saying we should do this. This is right, but there's been no accountability throughout any of this.
We should just question, hey, we've done it this way. It hasn't worked. Here we are all these months later, everybody seems to be doing fine except Michigan. Why?
Right.
And just
That's the
asking
biggest
the question
question.
is the biggest thing, is why? Why are we like this? Why do we have to resort back to this concept that clearly didn't work the first time? It's very frustrating. Man, that's it.
Let's see. Jason Clark says, "Thank God I live in Texas. Been open for months. No masks, no mandates, and this thing called freedom."
You looking
Is
for
anybody?
a roommate?
How's Baylor doing? They won the national championship. They were all literally face to ass celebrating the other night. They're doing just fine. What are we doing here?
I don't
That's
know.
not how it transmits, Adam. You know that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
restaurants when tables are 17 feet apart.
I mean, I think the strategy from here on out's got to be like, let's just go full bore at this whole
Herd immunity?
herd immunity. That's where we got to go with it. The vaccine's out there. It takes 6 weeks for the vaccine to take it. But literally, I mean, not to scare anybody, like a couple people that I know have got the vaccine. They feel awful afterwards, but I guess in 6 weeks you'll be fine. But we got to get there. Like, go get the vaccine if you want to get the vaccine. If you have the antibodies, make sure you get the antibody test. Like, we all got to be responsible here, because I'm sick of this shit that I can drive an hour south to Ohio and go to dinner, but the minute I cross that imaginary line, things are completely different. It makes no sense to me. There's no clarity in it. We could do all these press conferences we have, but they're literally turning into jokes at this point where, it's Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here because I don't want to get fined. Like, that's what it's turning into. Like, why is this happening? Well, follow the science. Okay, show us the science.
Well, I mean, from a
we can't
science
really show
aspect,
you the science because we can't really reveal those numbers. It's like, well, then how do you expect us to follow it if I can't see it?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the interesting part. So the vaccine, in its short time being out, is actually working.
Good.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Why we're back in the situation makes absolutely no sense to me. There's some really good comments in here. The vaccine works. Out of 2 million Michiganders who vaccinated, only 254 contracted the virus after, which is like 0.00001. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
If you have a vaccine that works, great. People can get it, but why we're spiking? I don't know. I really don't. All I know is these rules didn't work the first time. Why would they work the second
That's
time?
my thing.
That's the
what
big
are
issue
these
here.
2 week stupid little shutdowns going to do? We've seen that 2 weeks isn't enough ever. Like, that's how this whole thing started, if you remember. Last March was, hey, everybody just calm down for 2 weeks. We're going to flatten the curve, and we'll be good. And then in like 2 weeks turned into 2 months, turned into 12 months, turned into now.
Almost 2 years.
We're well over a year into this, and here we are in the same spot. And blame who you want. There's been a change in presidency between that time. The one consistent person that has been in charge of what Michigan is doing to combat this is going to give a press conference today in 14 minutes to let us know.
And she ain't going to say shit in this press conference just like all the last ones.
Yeah.
It's just you keep saying the same exact teleprompter stuff that's just feeding us garbage, and I'm just over it. I was proud to be an American because of freedom. Now we're at this point where there's no freedom in this world whatsoever.
Well, I mean,
you guys want
I ain't gonna go that
to?
far.
Do you guys want to start the Texas
I
Sports
do know what
Network?
you're saying.
It's just that.
You guys want to start the Texas Sports Network?
Yeah, what's
No,
the
what?
Longhorn Sports
The
Network?
Longhorn? No, that's
He
probably
said, "What's
taken.
the college out there?"
No, we got to get
That
like a
Longhorn
famous
Sports
street
Network
there.
is taken.
The
Aggies.
Or the Steakhouse Sports Network.
Yeah, the Steakhouse Sports Network, the Yeehaw Sports Network, the
Hey.
Yosemite Sam
Hey,
Sports
that's
Network.
actually, I like yeehaw.
Yeah!
We gotta wear
Yeehaw
cowboy hats.
Sports Network.
God,
That's a
I
good
don't want
one.
to leave Michigan to go to Texas. I love Michigan.
Just for a little bit. We'll come back.
I want this state to be great. What's up, Fish?
You guys want to move something happy?
Yes.
You guys want to learn about Australian football? Best sport in the world?
Oh, he's been waiting for
Yeah,
this.
did you pull up a clip of Australian football?
Yeah, I sent Alex some clips.
Okay.
And if he doesn't have it, I can stall and wait.
Alex, do you have the clips? Do you need a minute?
1 second.
All right, that's fine. So, backstory on this: it's a cricket field basically.
Let's put the cam on
So
Fish
it's a
while he's talking, though.
massive. So it's a massive field, right?
Grass?
Huge. It is grass. It's a grass field. It's a cricket field basically. It's an oval. They run like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 miles a game. The game is 4 quarters of 20 minutes.
That was great.
We're watching it now, Fish.
Okay, is this the hit?
Yeah, this is when he knocks his ass
Look
into
how
the
he
boards.
grabs him,
Yeah,
too.
they're wearing tank tops, and short shorts.
That's right.
So good old tank
fuck
tops
is
and
that?
short shorts.
So how do they score?
Yeah, so they've got goals. There's a clip of some footage. game footage where they kicked the ball. They got 2 posts, or 4 posts actually. They have a middle post, 6 points, and the outer's 1 point.
Okay.
And you can tell which ones because the center posts are higher and longer.
Yeah, I've seen
The
this
side
before. I
posts
just thought
are
it was rugby.
Middle. Yeah, it is not.
What
It is
the hell is
Australian
it?
football.
So this is short term for AFL, right?
Yes.
Australian Football League?
Yes,
This
sir.
should be called the Assault Football League.
Murder
what the fuck
ball.
is that?
Murder ball.
I love murder ball.
Well, it's a great sport, and there's some footage there that you'll see, and it's a great sport. People punch the ball, punch each other. They'll always hold their shirts, yank them.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you, Fish. I mean,
very
and that kind of
exciting.
leads us in. It's your time anyways, buddy. It's 9:50, so it's time for Fish's Facts. Let's make it official with his video, and let's hit it.
Time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
It's Fish. Fish, what do you got for facts today, my friend?
We have some facts today. It is Friday. The weekend is here. I will maybe be waking up to watch some Australian football tomorrow. We'll see. Canada, they qualify for the 2022 Beijing Olympics in men's curling.
Nice.
Which makes sense because they're big curlers.
Yes.
But USA did well back in 2018. I watched a lot of it. It was exciting.
Yeah, curling's a fun sport.
That's
I wanna
when
try.
curling, you remember in
Favorite sport
2018 when
ever.
curling took the world by storm?
Nice.
The men
Yes.
won gold, I think, or silver. The men won a medal. That's the
You
point.
guys want to hear a funny story about curling?
Sure.
Always.
You went to curling?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had like Olympic fever, so I was like trying all the shit that I was seeing on TV. And what I used to do was I'd get the mop, I'd take my mom's mop, and I would slide a hockey puck. I would dump water on the floor and like try to do it. It never worked, but I would just make a big mess and get in trouble for it.
There's a place in town that does it, and it's literally my dream to go there because I'm not joking when I say it's my favorite sport ever.
Well, let's set it up, man. Let's do
It'd
a
be
curling
so
bout.
fun.
Fish, what other facts you got today?
Joey Nemu, we got a fact about you.
Oh.
Or Joey Mamu, as people call him.
It's the way they wrote me in the news.
Joey, great job this morning. You got a shave. You changed teams and got a shave.
Oh my God, you look like a pedophile, Joey.
Wait, he
So
really
you
shaved?
kept you kept the eyebrows and you got a shave.
Oh, Joey, you got to
So-
shave. I need to see what you look
He got
like.
the eyebrows done up too.
So good
Hey.
job, Joey, for your looks good. Looks
if I
different.
shave, will you shave with me?
No, man. I've
Come on,
done
I
that
want to see
so
what
many
you look
times.
like. If
You
you,
guys
look
all
like
wanna
that,
shave?
you'll end up in jail.
You guys
Yeah,
all
let's
want
do
to
it.
shave?
Let's come up with a bet to it though. I don't want to just shave for fun.
Right. Dude, when
It's
I
more fun
shave,
when we do bets.
I look like I'm 3 years old.
Oh yeah, we did a bet a while ago on that.
Man, nobody recognized me.
Nope. I don't want to recognize you like
No,
that ever
this
again.
is- I need this. Otherwise, I look like a baby.
I'll buzz
You know, the
my hair
messed
for
up
you,
part
Joey.
is like for us, it'll probably go back so quick. For Stick, it's a
Yeah.
little bit slower.
It takes me a while, yep.
takes me like a week and a half to
But
get
that's why
this
it's
back.
so nice, you know? It's so nice. What other facts you got, Fish?
This team today plays. I can't. There we go. Tigers. They play the Indians today, and the history shows Tigers versus Indians. It's been mostly the Indians. 1-18 back in 2019. That's not a good stat at all.
Not a good stat.
So that 2-1 looks really good. Hopefully we can make it 3-1 tonight and not 2-2. But yeah, not looking good for Tigers and the Indians.
Well, we use a typewriter for that graphic? Where the hell we find that?
In the good old archives.
Okay. God.
And then just a quick stat on the Red Wings. They've lost 4 in a row versus the Predators. 2 of the games, by the way, were 7-1 to the Predators.
All right.
So I would say fun stat, but it's not a fun stat because we're Detroit fans.
That's right.
All right, good old today. I didn't think I had to do it. April 9th, Friday. Mike Tyson was in the news, not for winning a fight or doing good things there. He strikes a parking attendant when asked to move his car.
Well, you don't ask Mike Tyson to move his car.
So yeah, I don't know if not very smart people there, or maybe or maybe the parking attendant purposely went in the way. I don't know, but strikes a parking attendant.
I love me some Mike Tyson. That's one of my favorite athletes of all time.
Gotta love Mike.
Little troubled, but that's all right. He's a good dude.
He's a good fighter.
Yeah.
There's interviews of him not sounding great, but other than
He's
that,
a great fighter.
Okay, great fighter.
Come on,
The
Fish.
GOAT, baby.
Okay, sorry, I'm not 50 years old and I didn't see him. We go to Masters this Friday, second round Masters. This is 2006, where Phil Mickelson won. Second green jacket. He beat Tim Clark from South Africa. He's one of, a handful of lefties who play golf. If you watch golf, you notice 92% of them are right. So when you get that guy who goes left, you got to cheer for him because he's unique, different.
He's not unique. He's weird.
What's the percentage of the population that is
left-handed?
Left-handed.
It's probably not very high.
I'd say like
10. No,
10.
I'd say like 60-40.
10. What?
6.
Yeah, much more lefties than you think. 100%.
Well,
Here.
that-
60. Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
I'd say
It's like
52.
10%.
No fucking way.
10% of the population
Wow.
is left-handed.
All right, well,
You're
that makes
Googling
golf
the wrong
more
shit.
unique.
Yeah, so it's pretty. I mean, it's close, but
Dude,
yeah.
like in here, how many lefties do we have? 0? That's 6 people.
0.
0 is 6.
Yeah, we need 10 to get an actual
Sample
read on it,
size?
though. Yeah.
Well, there's 2 right there. They're righties.
There
It is
you go.
10%.
Yeah. Oh, what, you think I was lying about it?
Yeah, you don't know shit.
Yeah, Adam does not trust Stick, and Stick doesn't trust Adam.
That's
Nope.
not true.
That's right.
That's
all
not
right.
true?
Fish, is that your facts?
We have a birthday today.
All right.
Sevi Ballesteros, a golfer from Spain. This guy was a legend for Europe in the Ryder Cup, which is happening this year. Very excited.
The Anthony Davis unibrow on
That's
this
what I'm
dude.
saying.
He's got the unibrow. He's from Spain. He sadly died in 2011, but he was a great guy for Spain. If you're a golf fan and you're an American golf fan, Ryder Cup, you hate that guy. But
Happy belated birthday.
you like
Although
him
you're
if
dead.
you. And then we have a wedding.
Oh, boy.
We have a wedding anniversary. It is a coach who I believe is on CBS for the football team, football studio team. 1981, Bill Coward.
Oh, nice.
He was 23 at the time. Kay Young, who he married.
I wanted him to be the Lions head coach so bad after he left the Steelers. Like, to me, that's the football I
That was
want.
the
big
Caldwell
chin.
day, right?
Yeah.
That was the Caldwell year?
Yeah, it was the Caldwell year. Believe me, I was happy with Caldwell.
You guys
but-
want to hear a really fun fact?
Always.
I wish I thought about it. I wish I knew his fact before. My brother was on a plane in Florida flying back to Detroit, and Tony Dungy was on it, and he snagged a picture on him and tweeted it. And it went like viral because people
remember
thought
that.
Tony Dungy was coming to Detroit to interview for the head coaching
Oh.
job. But he was actually coming just to give a good speech about Jim Caldwell to the Detroit organization.
Caldwell's the man.
Yep.
Love Jim Caldwell.
They get on regular people flights like that?
All right, let's do it. It is now time for Dumbass of the Day. You ready, Joey?
I am.
Let's hit it, Alex.
To present the award,
It is Joey.
it is time. Dumbass!
To the day.
Why would you do that? And the loser is...
Who are the losers?
The loser of this one, we go to the Masters because it's going on right now. And I wish I have a video for this, but I'm not allowed to play it. So we're going to show a picture of him. Rory McIlroy. Did you guys see his 7th hole when this dude hit his dad with his own shot?
Yeah, and I think Dad was helping the son out.
You think?
He kept that ball in bounds, and Dad just took it like a champ.
He did. He didn't even move out the way. He saw that ball coming.
Yeah, he was like, oh, this son's shot, this is going to go way out of bounds. Nope, blocked it.
So we're going to give him the dumbass of the day for hitting his dad, but this might be an inside job.
I need my dad to do that when I golf.
Right, just stand on the border so you don't hit it
No,
out of
like
bounds.
have him drive in a cart and like follow my ball wherever it trails and try to stop
Just
it if
hit
it
it.
goes too far right or left.
You dumbass. Let's hit it one more time, Fish.
Dumbass.
You dumbass!
And that's it, man. Thank you guys for going through another successful week with us here at the Woodward Sports Network. What you got? One more thing, Fish,
Yeah,
before we leave?
his dad, or McIlroy hitting his dad, didn't help him because he finished 4 over par. So
Yeah, but
not-
still save that ball from going out of bounds.
Yeah, true. But if it would have been Justin Rose, 7 under par, that would have been a huge savior. But yeah, didn't go very well.
Got it. All right. Well, you guys have a great day. Thanks for checking in on the Woodward Sports Network, for being a part of all of our social media. Make sure you're following us everywhere at Woodward Sports. It's Friday. Go get yourself some 8 Mile. Have a good time. Have a good weekend. The stuff is smooth. I already did my slap shot today. May do another one right when we get off the air. Have a good one, and we're going to find out what Whitmer has to say in about 3 minutes.